and a miss! And Lucas Cash with a complete game!
A phenomenal play by Chase Jackson at short.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss! He got him!
Will Yao! Wow!
Everything means just a little bit more when it hits mid-July in the Valley Baseball League. Folks, welcome into another beautiful day at Chillerport Field. Landon Weaver alongside me is, of course, Matt Becker. And Matt, this is another big game, game number 32 on the season for the Tom Sox. But how much magnitude does it really hold?
Boy, it holds so much. I mean, we are sitting there in the car yesterday and going through the numbers and trying to figure out how this team can get into the playoffs. Now, let's flash you back all the way to the beginning of the season. The playoffs, we're talking about playoffs? Yeah, I can't believe we are now. And 0-7 start, and what Randy Tomlin and this team has done is just sensational. You knew a program of this magnitude was going to find a way to put themselves at least in contention and make sure that there's meaningful games here in July. And right now, they control their own destiny, Landon, and that's the biggest thing. But in order to continue to control your own destiny, and you said it best, you gotta win today, and that's what makes this game so big. This isn't against Waynesboro, this isn't against Stanton, this is against the team behind you that may or may not make it to the playoffs, but if you want to officially clinch, you gotta knock them out of the way. They are right here in front of your face, and you are home. You have a chance to do something special.
The Tom Sox, third in the VBL South. Covington sits the bottom of the barrel in 6th place. With that, let's go ahead and check out the starting defensive lineup for your Tom Sox.
You got Ream in left field, Lansness in center. You have Christian Dewey. He's going to be in right field. Craddock at first. Boy, we love him at first. The short-handed. He loves to pick the baseballs. Chase Jackson at second. Xavier McCrory, who's been fantastic at short. And take a look. You have Harrison Campy at third. And then, of course, the great battery of Lucas Cash and Ben Cardone, your pitcher and catcher, Landon.
Yeah, so no Aiden Harris, no Grayson McCollum in the lineup today. A new look at third base in Harrison Campy, but so far what we've seen out of him has been pretty special.
It really has been, and I've really liked the way he's played. I liked his defensive stats and everything he's done at second base. And then he reached base 5 times in Strasburg. That was a tremendous game for him. So this is going to be the big test. And listen, I do agree. McCollum needs the day off. My goodness, that guy has played since opening day. He has not been out of the lineup since. He needs a day off. Give the man a break. But Grayson, I hope you're ready, because not only might you pinch hit tonight, even if you don't pinch hit tonight, guess what? There are 4 games left after tonight, and you're going to play in all of them.
No doubt. He's played in 29 of the Sox 31 games to begin the season, and you have to imagine it's going to be north of 30 by the time we're done with it. Let's go ahead and give you the lineup for the Covington Lumberjacks. Batting first, shortstop Dario Castillo. Second is center fielder Darius Brown. In right field, batting third, John Oquendo. Then the left fielder, Zach Dorlag, batting cleanup. The DH, Luis Acosta, batting 5th. Luca Mendez batting 6th, playing first base. Jacob Levesque catching and batting 7th. Then you got Peter Crespo batting 8th, playing second base for the Lumberjacks. And then rounding out the order, Frankie Clark, third baseman. So again, Castillo, Brown, and Oquendo started off. Dorlag, Acosta, and Mendez are your 4, 5, and 6. And Levesque, Crespo, and Clark round out the Lumberjacks lineup.
You know, Landon, one of the things that makes this team for the Lumberjacks so dangerous as we look at the tail of the tape, look at that stolen base number. That is first in the entire league. Here's the problem. Chris Carroll is gone. One of our good friends that we got to meet at the All-Star game. And he is unfortunately gone. He had 21 stolen bags. He was only thrown out once. That was actually against the Tom Sox and Sam Summerlin with an absolute missile. And it's just unfortunate that he's gone, but boy, 115 stolen bases, that leads the league. You thought 93 was high for the Tom Sox. It gets even better, but we'll take a look at the ERAs. And Covington was in last place for a while, Landon. How important is this pitching number for the Tom Sox at a 4.67 ERA compared to 6.23? Well, you saw what they did a couple days ago, winning 21-0. If they could beat up on the Lumberjacks, they're going to win this game.
And it starts on the mound, of course, with Lucas Cash making his 7th appearance for the Sox. He's thrown 33 in a third inning so far, and I mean, he came straight from his HVAC job today. He's going to have to give a long outing out on the bump.
You're absolutely right, and 2-1 record, not that that even matters. Nobody really looks at wins and losses anymore, but 33 and a third innings pitched with a 3.78 ERA and a 1.35 whip, and he's been sensational, but he's also just an amazing person and a great guy to talk to. And when he walks into the room, even when you're on a 7-game losing streak, smile on his face, and he brings everyone up with him. And I'm very grateful that I got to meet him, and very grateful that he is a part of this Charlottesville Tom Sox franchise for so many years.
He's really been a great addition the last 4 years. The last little bit of info, Matthew Pierman behind the plate, Greg John over on first, and Lance Heltz on third base. They will be making the decisions tonight. It's Lucas Cash against Dylan Andino Camacho. The Lumberjacks against the Sox for the 6th and final time this season. 5th time this season. They play one more time on Friday. First up, lefty, Dariel Castillo. First pitch almost hits Castillo, and we start out 1-0 at exactly 7:04 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a nice 83 degrees outside, much better than the 95 that we've been feeling over the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous out. Now, the thing with Castillo is nobody here has faced him yet. He's played in 5 games, and he's batting .429, so he's a threat with 3 doubles on the season.
So the last time the Sox and the Lumberjacks faced off, Matt, the Lumberjacks had a 5-0 lead, a 5-1 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, and then the game turned on its head.
It was ridiculous, and those are the games that lose you seasons and take you out of playoff races, but not for them. It actually fueled their fire even more. It's impressive to see the resurgence from them.
3-0 pitch. Cash finally knocks it into the zone. Castillo on the season batting .429 and 21 at-bats. He's got 9 hits and 3 extra bases with 3 doubles. The 3-1 popped up foul.
We had a battle back for Cash, and Landon, his last start, it wasn't great. It wasn't bad by any means, but 3 1/3, 7 hits and 4 runs, and them all earned, and that was a 9-8 loss to Stanton, the game that the Tom Sox should have won. Going to look to bounce back.
Payoff from Cash. Breaking ball just misses inside, and Castillo earns a leadoff walk for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, those are tricky calls behind the plate. That knuckleball, it fools everybody, and I think it was just a little bit down. So now, remember, this is a team that steals a lot of bags. You have to keep an eye on that.
Brings up a guy that the Sox are familiar with. He's played in almost every game against the Sox this season. Darius Brown, number 31 for Covington. Played his collegiate ball at Maryland Eastern Shore this past season as Castillo goes to second. The throw is not there from Cardone behind the plate, and it skips into the outfield. Castillo jogs into third before being held up by his coach. Not quite the start you'd want from Cardone behind the plate.
No, and this team can steal runs. And, well, Landon, take a wild guess. One of my keys to the games where it was watch the Lumberjack runners. And unfortunately right there, the first batter that reaches steals, and they weren't ready for it. My also key is ground balls for the Tom Sox and sprint it out.
That is stolen base number 116 for the Lumberjacks this season as Brown knocks one foul down the third base side.
I don't expect to steal from home, but anything's possible.
I don't think we've seen that yet this year.
No, I don't think we have. And I don't think yesterday's counts as a steal of home. It was a pickle, and then the runner just advanced.
The 1-1 from Cash. Liner foul again on that same side. So with this being a Monday game, not a whole lot going on in the VBL. Stanton is at Culpeper right now. That game is a score of 4-0 in favor of the Cavaliers in the bottom of the 2nd. And then Newmarket going on the road to Woodstock, where the River Bandits lead the Rebels 2-0. Cash's 1-2 misses. Cardone behind the plate, actually an interesting stat. Apart from the game on opening day against Waynesboro, whenever Cardone has been behind the plate, the Sox are 7-0.
That's very interesting. I didn't know that.
So a good piece of history with Cardone catching balls from the pitcher. The 2-2 misses low and inside.
That Stanton Culpeper game is very important, and we'll keep an eye on it for you folks.
Stanton, of course, 2nd place in the South. Culpeper right behind the Tom Sox in 4th place. Another full count pitch coming up from Cash. Brown fouls it off. We'll do it again.
It's a great battle here by Brown, and you look at his stats, 268 on the season and 20 games played. That slugging percentage is all the way up to 465, but he does have 20 strikeouts.
Cash looking to make it 21. The pitch, another liner foul down the third base line. He's really liking that pull.
For a 20 strikeout hitter, he doesn't look like it. He's really, really chipping away during this at-bat, and he's got 3 home runs on the year, so another thing you have to look out for.
The 3rd edition of this payoff pitch in the at-bat against Darius Brown coming up from Cash. Here it is. Just missing again. Both walks so far have come from close calls by Pierman behind the plate. It's runners on the corners early for Covington.
Randy Tomlin was in the dugout below ground and saw that pitch miss, and now he's up to the top step. And this is where the mound visit's necessary, but it's so important for Will Pearson to calm Cash down, because listen, these pitches are close. He's not missing that badly, if he's not missing at all, honestly. And you gotta just get it to his head that, hey, it's okay, you're right there. You're not wild. Settle down. There's nothing you can do about it. You gotta control the controllables, something that Brian Portney loves to say.
It's a longer mound visit than we normally see from Will Pearson right now, with Cardone joining him from behind the plate as we await Jan Oquindo coming up to bat, the righty out of Green Acres, Florida. Played his ball at St. John's River State College this past season, 43 games, batted .225, but had a slugging of .417.
Oh, someone just got tossed.
Well, hold the phone.
What just happened? And he said boom when he said it. That's a very interesting way to toss someone out, saying the word boom, kind of.
Let's see. Tomlin is walking out. We hear Pearson unhappy with Pierman, saying it's immature.
I think it was Will, yeah.
I mean, there's no outs, Becker. Top of the 1st. And if you're Pierman behind the plate, you are setting quite the standard for the next 9 innings.
There were some close calls. It is a tough job to be an umpire. The unfortunate nature is when there are close calls, somebody's going to be upset. That's just the way it goes. And I guess Will, I think it was him, and he must have said something that crossed the line.
Yeah, Will Pearson retires back into the dugout. It's a new at-bat for Lucas Cash with runners on the corners, and the more information we get on that, we will update you guys. I've never seen an injection that quick into a baseball game.
Yeah.
But top of the 1st and runners on the corners for Covington. Jan Oquindo up to bat. Runner goes, Cardone trying to throw out the runner, and he can't. The ball skipped right in front of Jackson at second, and now it's 2 runners in scoring position for a guy with only 2 games so far this season for Covington, but he's only knocked in 1 RBI. Good chance to get some more.
Pardon me, I tell you what, that was a really good throw and a really nice pick by Chase Jackson. That could have been into center field for some danger.
Only his 3rd game for the Lumberjacks. Oquindo steps into the righty's batter's box and takes a second pitch strike, 1-1. You can hear the dugout already lively from the Tom Sox, and if you throw out a guy that's part of that pitching staff and the guys really rock around, they're gonna be lively, to say the least. Liner right up the middle, and Lumberjacks are on the board. It's 1-0. Brown rounding 3rd, heading home, and it's 2. A 2 RBI single for Jan Oquindo. And now just 1 runner on for the Lumberjacks, no outs, and a 2-run lead.
I think we're in for a crazy game tonight, and I think the ejection might have poked the bear for the Tom Sox. You just have to see if, hopefully for them, they're able to take advantage of that. But right now, I think they're distraught.
Swing and a miss from Zach Dorlag on the first pitch he sees from Lucas Cash. Dorlag, a redshirt senior, played his ball at Francis Marion University. with a runner on first. The Sox have got to be watching the steal, and there it is. Cardone catches the ball, the throw down, the tag is there. Chase Jackson and Ben Cardone working well. Third time's the charm for Cardone behind the plate.
That's a picture-perfect throw, and you're not going to get all of them, but if you can limit the damage, especially like that to get your first out of the game, that's imperative. And I like Covington being aggressive, but a really good throw.
It was almost a double whammy as Dorlag watches the one sail below the zone. He swung on the pitch, and then his runner got tagged out at second. So back-to-back positive plays from Cash and Cardone. It's 1-2 with an out. And nobody on for Covington. The pitch. Not there.
You can hear the dugout saying good spot. That's kind of a backhanded way to say, we don't agree with that call.
I feel like we're going to hear a lot of variations of that as this game goes on. Dorlag barely stays alive. Cardone could not glove the swing and foul tap.
Well, you mentioned the umpires. We've had Pearman a lot. He's a very good veteran umpire, so I was very shocked to see that.
Yeah, he's not far from here. He's actually the athletic director, was the athletic director at Monticello High School. 2-2 count. Cash's pitch. Weak liner into left field, and it drops for a base hit. 2 walks and 2 singles given up from Cash in the first 4 bats.
Say this is kind of a nightmare start.
No kidding. It is not what you would expect out of a 4-year guy, a VBL All-Star, but what you can expect from Cash is to defy it. It's adversity, but he's seen it all before.
You're absolutely right.
Zach Dorlag now off of first for Covington on the season. Just 5 stolen bases. He's been caught twice. Up to bat, Luis Acosta, the DH for the Lumberjacks. The 1-0 popped up high and foul.
Another dangerous hitter. In 16 games played and 13 games started, batting .327 with a .404 slugging percentage. I mean, these guys just know how to hit.
1-1 count from Cash, and Dorlag over on first. Breaking ball, strike 2. It's a good pitch from Cash right there.
Absolutely. Knuckleball that just goes right by the knees, but got to try and get him done here.
Middle infield showing double play depth with a runner on first. Cash's 1-2 offering. Foul tip backwards, barely by Acosta.
Ben wanted that one. He just missed it. Those are the hardest plays, and you can never fault a catcher for not catching a foul tip into the back of the mitt. Those are so hard.
Cash's 1-2 is upstairs. Not close to the strike zone. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Covington ahead 2-0 on a 2 RBI single from Jan Oquendo. Breaking ball called strike 3. Lucas Cash getting himself going, and there's 2 outs in the first.
Was able to get the benefit of the doubt there with the call. That one was also close, just like the other ones, and I really like, it's unfortunate that Will got ejected, but I think that could light a fire under this Tom Sox team.
So if you're just joining us, and what was maybe before the third at-bat of the game, as there's a liner right down the middle in center field, 2 runners on for Covington after a 1-pitch single from Luca Mendez. So there was a mound visit called. Ben Cardone, Lucas Cash, and pitching coach Will Pearson come to the bump. Matthew Pierman begins to walk out there to break it up. Something must have been said. We could not hear. But Matthew Pierman ejected the pitching coach for the Tom Sox, Will Pearson.
Very emphatic one.
I believe a boom was said as well.
That's what I heard.
2 outs, 2 runners on. Strike 1 on Jacob Levesque. Covington already on their 7th batter of the contest in just the first inning. It can only be summed up as a nightmare start.
Absolutely. It's not something you want to see, but you mentioned.
Oh, here's a hard hit ball into left. shallow enough for Ream to come over and get it. And after all that occurred, the Sox are only down 2-0 as we head into the bottom of the first.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews.
Welcome back to Cho Report Field. Covington, a 2-spot in the first inning. They have the lead, but not without controversy. Pitching coach Will Pearson ejected in just the third at-bat of the contest with no outs on the board. Matt, what do you make of that whole situation? It was weird because Pearman went to break up the mound visit between Pearson and Cash and then ejected the pitching coach.
Yeah, it was interesting because he swept the plate, so he was giving them longer to really settle Cash down, but I don't really know what went on there. I'm going to have to make a call to John Boy and see if he wants to do this one for free, but we're going to have to go back and lip read. That was a really interesting situation, and I'm hoping that lights a fire under the pitching and the hitting for the Tom Sox. We didn't get to see it yesterday.
Well, as you said, you didn't see it yesterday. A 2-1 loss on the road to Harrisonburg. Let's take a look at how the Sox are starting today.
You have McCory leading things off, then Campy, then Lancinus, Caden Combs, the power hitter, Christian Dewey, and then Lucas Ream, Luke Craddock, Chase Jackson, and Ben Cardone. He's going to round it out at the 9 spot and behind the dish. And Tommy Lancinus has been hitting the ball so well. That's why he's our highlighted player and somebody to look out for tonight.
You see McCory has been one of the best bats in all the Valley League this year. Easily one of the best bats on the Tom Sox. He even got hit by 3 pitches in their last home game, a 21-0 slaughtering of the Braves of Stanton. Dylan Andino Camacho deals the first pitch. McCory shows bunt and pulls away for ball 1. Andino Camacho, Matt, he's not had the greatest start in his Covington career. Just 1 game, he didn't pitch a single out. An infinite ERA with 3 walks and 2 earned runs before being pulled.
Sox are going to try and keep that ERA infinite.
Here's the 1-0. Back-to-back balls to start off Andino Camacho's outing. He's from Puerto Rico, stands at 6 foot, 185 pounds, and is a righty. So this is an opposite battle to start with the lefty McCory in the box. He's really trying to find that inside corner.
Yes, he is, and if McCory could walk, that'd be absolutely huge for the Charlottesville Tom Sox and try and create some chaos and then be aggressive on the base paths as well, Landon.
3 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man from Liberty.
Oh.
And Camacho just stepped all the way off the mound. And Pearman's calling for a reset.
Yeah, well, that would have been a balk if runners were on base, but nobody's on base.
I can't imagine that can happen many more times before somebody would do something about it with nobody on.
Yeah.
Well, the 3-0, here it is. It's outside, a 4-pitch walk from Andino Camacho, his 4th walk of the season, and still no outs.
So both teams able to start the game with leadoff walks now. Let's see if The Covington pitching coach gets ejected. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see if the Tom Sox can score 2 runs or possibly more, and we'll see if they're aggressive on the base path. That's going to be one of the keys to success here.
Next up for the Sox, Harrison Campy out of Wofford. He's batting second. And that is 5 straight balls to start for Dylan Andino Camacho. And also you've got to remember, you got McCory over on first, who is the best stealer on this Tom Sox squad.
It's another ball, and going to have a chat between the catcher, Levesque, and Andino, and just try and settle him down, but I don't think this will be charged as an official mound visit. We'll see. Nobody decided to make their way out, but this is a good move by Levesque, very similar to what we saw for the Tom Sox. I mean, you know, throwing 6 straight balls, it's not ideal. You got to find your release point. You got to find your flow. You got to just bear down and just throw a get-me-over pitch.
With a guy like Harrison Campy at the plate, he's somebody that would take full advantage of that. 6 straight balls to start for Camacho. And McCory on first with 15 stolen bags on the season. There's the first strike for Camacho, up and in.
Just able to clip the inside corner.
Camacho faced 4 batters in his only appearance on the season. Back-to-back strikes. That one looked a lot cleaner.
Absolutely, and he is finally finding it. And the release point is good. He's got zip on the fastball. Maybe you put the runner in motion here. Create a distraction.
McCory, a nice lead off of first, and he goes like clockwork. Campy lines it in the left center, and the hit and run nearly works. Runners on first and second, and Harrison Campy gets the first hit for the Sox today.
It's great coaching because you have a pitcher that just threw 6 straight balls. He finally gets back into it, and you put the runner in motion to create a distraction. And on top of that, you have the batter, Harrison Campy. He's going to swing if it's a strike, and that was beautiful by the Tom Sox.
Now it's Tommy Lansness, a 19-game on-base streak coming into today for the lefty. And runners on first and second. McCory trying to steal third. Instead, they'll throw over to second. The tag is not in time. It looks like Campy is going to stay on second. There was no signal from either Lance Heltz or Greg John. Runners on second and third for the Sox.
It's something I've noticed more recently with these umpires. I'm not quite sure why.
Well, now Tommy Lansness in a very good position. And he fouls it off. 1-1.
Yeah, it makes it really hard for us up here trying to time our play-by-play calls.
Nonetheless, it's a double steal that was worked to perfection.
It really was. I think intentionally Campy took a later jump to force the throw to second, and he got in there.
Camacho's 1-1. If you're the Sox, I'm sure you understand who's on the mound. Coaches are probably telling you to be patient rather than swinging at the first thing you see.
Absolutely, but if you see something for even a split second that you like, swing as hard as you can because it might be an absolute meatball.
It's also what we saw Campy do in that at-bat.
Yes.
Well, he swung at that one. He must have liked it. 2-2.
He did. That was a great placed pitch, Landon. Oh, hello there.
Well, there's a train coming by Show Airport Field, as there normally is during every home game.
Gave us a nice little hello.
As Camacho readies the 2-2 pitch. No outs and runners on second and third for Charlottesville. Way inside and nearly hit Lansness. Full count coming up.
It's a nice block by Levesque behind the plate. Those are tricky, the ones that are thrown into the batter. You're screened a little bit. It's on a hop, and that saved a run.
McCory was already a quarter of the way down third base.
He's aggressive.
Camacho readies the payoff pitch. Lansness trying to even the contest. He lines a blooper into left center. It's caught by the left fielder Dorlag, and now it's a race to the plate. McCory slides in head first, and there's a run on the board for Charlottesville. A nice sac fly worked by Tommy Lansness, and it's 2-1 Covington.
It's a great piece of hitting, but it's also great base running because that ball, a lot of people freak out and they freeze on line drives. And for McCory to know, I have enough speed to get home, I got to get back and tag. If this ball's down, I'm scoring anyways, and he did it perfectly. Now you have a power hitter with a runner in scoring position to tie the game.
Campy stayed put, smartly so. He's over on second. And Caden Combs takes a chunk out of that ball. Going back to left field, they'll watch it sail over the wall and hitting off the light pole. A 2-run home run from Caden Combs, and the Sox lead 3-2. What a nuke.
An absolute moonshot. He was so confident yesterday, even with the wall so deep. Now he returns home and he gets dealt a hanger. He just takes his barrel and extends it, and he smashes it off the light pole. Are you kidding me?
345, is that 365 out to left center? And that ball was crushed way further than that. Now Christian Dewey up to bat, and the first pitch dealt outside to him.
I mean, you got to take into account where it hit on the light pole, and the projected distance is even further because that ball was still in the air. It never came down.
The 1-0 inside to Dewey, 2-0.
I know the home run derby's tonight. I think it already started.
Might see Caden Combs drive out of here and go up to Philly. That's where it is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes it is.
Here's the 2-0. And Dewey fouls it off near his own dugout.
That's a big swing because the Tom Sox this season, while they've been hitting the long ball more recently, they haven't been taking advantage of it like other teams. And to see the Tom Sox do it when they need it so badly and they're down and they're facing adversity, that's a big swing.
They now lead 3-2. Another outside pitch dealt by Andino Camacho. It's 3-1.
It's one thing to have the Aiden Harris 2-run homer to start a 21-0 game and a 0-0 game. It's another thing when you're quickly down 2-0 and you need a big one and you get it delivered.
The 3-1. Dewey lines it in between the gap of first and second. Another single for the Sox, and it comes by the way of lefty Christian Dewey.
Yeah, he was hurt to start the season and batting 143 in only 6 games started. He hasn't gotten a fair chance to get that batting average up, but slowly but surely he's been seeing the ball so well, and now we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach.
See a couple people warming up in that bullpen out in left field for Covington. We'll go ahead and just give you a couple score updates from around the valley as we wait on Andino Camacho. Remember how I said it was 4-0 Culpepper in the second? It's now 5-4 Stanton in the top of the third.
They must be on this wavelength. I mean, is that game in Culpeper? Yeah, it's only an hour away, and you just take Seminole Trail all the way down, so I guess we're connected in some fashion there. Just an unbelievable swing by Combs. You think, oh man, he's a big guy. It's probably effortless for him. Anything he hits in the air is a home run. Okay, well, I'd like to see most people who say that step up and try to hit a home run. It's so much harder than it looks, and that was just an absolute moonshot.
It was what you would call a no-doubter. Lucas Ream up to bat now. He's a guy that has that kind of home run power. With one out and Christian Dewey off of first, the Sox ahead by 1 after Caden Combs' home run. First pitch runs way inside, and Ream steps out of the way, 1-0. Andino Camacho finally registered an out after that sac fly RBI from Tommy Lansness. The 1-0 pitch, Dewey goes, but he'll have to come back as Ream fouls it off to the backstop.
A lefty is getting ready in the Covington bullpen. Anil Burbez, standing in at 6 feet, 192 from Florida Southwestern.
1-1 pitch coming up to Lucas Ream, who hit a couple of home runs in that exact spot that Caden Combs did. He takes a strike. It's 1-2.
I'll tell you what, they're putting a lefty up, and I mean, not a lot of people think about this, but Randy Tomlin is a lefty. So when he throws BP, he's throwing lefty. So these Tom Sox hitters, they're more trained to see the delivery of a lefty.
And after what they're doing to this righty, I don't think it would go that much better. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Good patience from Ream.
That just missed right there. That was just outside in the other batter's box, kind of towards that where you put your front foot if you're a lefty. And it's really disciplined by Ream because those are such tough pitches to take with 2 strikes.
2-2 pitch coming to Ream. Check swing, and Pierman says he went around. I would agree on that one.
I also do, and I know we're further back and he's got the overhead view, but I do think that broke the plane. And a lot of times, I actually prefer the home plate umpire making the call. Not a lot of times, you know, the first base umpires, they got so much other stuff to deal with. They're not fully looking, and the home plate umpire, they have to. That's where the pitch is.
So Ream sent back to the dugout, a strikeout on a check swing. That's Andino Camacho's first strikeout of the season. Next up, Luke Craddock takes a first pitch ball. And as you were saying, Burbez warming up in the Covington bullpen. He's already pitched in 7 games, an 11.42 ERA with 15 walks and 11 earned runs to just 7 strikeouts. So he would have to come in and put out his best outing if he wanted to give Covington a chance. Craddock fouls off the second pitch, 1-1.
Facing back-to-back hitters with Ream and Craddock, who have both hit home runs this season. And, well, Ream has hit one to dead center. Craddock has pulled both of his. And I think after seeing what Combs was able to do, he's a little excited.
He has that power. 1-1 pitch upstairs. And there's a little bit of confusion as to if that ball hit off of Craddock or not. Instead, it's just 2-1 with 2 outs.
That was close, and I always appreciate the catcher trying to appeal something. You know, a lot of noises, and everyone hears different things. Sometimes you're swayed one way.
Christian Dewey still stands off of first. Another good taken pitch by Craddock. Count runs to 3-1, and I believe this is a green light for Craddock right now.
Yeah, and I wouldn't give him a pitch to hit. I would just pitch to Jackson, but we'll see what they do.
3-1 with 2 outs. Dewey off of first base for the Sox. And Craddock takes advantage of the 3-1 pitch and lines it right back up to middle to the center fielder, Brown. Runners on first and second for the Sox with 2 outs, and Chase Jackson up to bat.
Someone get the track man. I want to know how fast that one was. That ball was hit so hard, it actually started up the middle, and it kind of tailed more left. That ball had so much spin on it, and it was hit so hard that Dewey wasn't even able to move up.
And it looked like Castillo, the shortstop for Covington, almost had a chance at it. Looked like he was in pretty decent positioning, but that ball was just moving too fast. Now Chase Jackson with 2 runners on. Takes the first pitch, and Jackson's not a very tall guy. That ball right level with his head.
Yeah, and he's a contact hitter, which is why I felt that they should have just pitched around Craddock once it became 3-1. And, well, they avoided a disaster, but boy, that ball was hit so hard. Kind of scares you as a pitcher.
The 1-0 Jackson takes, and the ball misses low. It's 2-0.
Good discipline from Jackson. That's a pitch some people like to swing at. Kind of golf it in the air, just missed low.
The 2-0 with 2 on. Dewey on second, and Craddock off of first. Jackson again, a good take.
You've Cardone looming on deck, who has proved to be a power hitter this season, and he can go gap to gap if he needs to. Wouldn't want to load the bases and bring Cardone up.
3-0 pitch coming to Chase Jackson. And Dino Camacho finds it on the outer edge, 3-1.
I think he should throw the same pitch. I know Jackson can go the other way, but it's so tough to, especially when you're looking for a pitch to hit.
Jackson 6 for 20 this season with runners in scoring position. The 3-1. Misses outside.
See, he listened to me, just wasn't able to get it at the right height.
And now you bring up Ben Cardone with the bases loaded and 2 outs. We saw what they did last time the Covington Lumberjacks came here with 2 outs, and right now looking like they have another chance as a new pitcher coming into the game for the Lumberjacks will step aside for a brief moment and give you his name and numbers when we come back.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn from the past, present, and future of baseball. Find more information and sign up at tomsox.org/summercamp.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the bottom of the first. The Sox are ahead 3-2, and it's Anil Burbase replacing Dylan Andino Camacho on the mound, Matt.
Yeah, 2/3 of an innings pitched and then 4 hits. The runs are not final. Right now it's 3 earned runs and 3 runs and 2 walks and 1 strikeout.
And now Ben Cardone up to bat. Bases loaded for the Tom Sox with Chase Jackson over on first, Luke Craddock on second, and Christian Dewey 90 feet away from home over on third base. Cardone 1 for 4 this season with the bases juiced. First pitch, swing and a miss.
Just missed it. He foul tipped it directly into the catcher's mitt. He's seeing the ball well.
Burbase, a lefty out of Florida Southwestern State. He's a redshirt freshman, did not play this past season. Cardone takes strike 2.
He's going to have to take your 2-strike approach here. Choke up a little bit, get down lower, feet wider, and foul off whatever you can, anything close.
Burbase is 0-2 with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Cardone lines it right to Castillo at short. The flip to second is there. And they call him safe. No, it's not there. And on the second try, Crespo gets Jackson out.
Well, that would mean the run scores. But now, hold on, the umpire's going to have to talk. He dropped the ball after he called him out, and that's what Chase Jackson's saying.
All right, so we're going to stay here. Again, it's Matthew Pierman behind home. Lance Heltz over on third, who made that call. And then Greg John over on first base.
If the original call is still safe, the run scores, it should have crossed. I'd have to go back and look. The home plate umpire will have that. If he's out to begin with, none of this matters.
Bases were loaded. Ben Cardone, a line drive right up to Castillo at short. It was an underhand flip to Crespo that went haywire.
The run scores because that's a time play.
Run scores, there you go. Good explanation right there from Pierman. And it is 4-2, Landon.
Well, we'll step aside after a chaotic ending to the first inning. 4-2 Tom Sox lead. We'll be right back on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift...
There is a lot to unpack from Cho Airport Field. A 40-minute first inning, Matt, in which we saw pitching coach for the Tom Sox, Will Pearson, get ejected. And then when the inning was over, a run still scored.
Yeah, and I'm going to try I'm going to try and take a look at it. But what happened was, this is a fielder's choice. The play at second was botched, which meant the run came home to score. Jackson, thinking the inning was over, walked off the bag and was then tagged. So you can see right there, the ball was dropped by the second baseman. Umpire says safe. It was not on the transfer, and therefore the run scores, and then the inning's over on a fielder's choice.
After all of that, the score is 4-2 Tom Sox as first batter for Covington, Peter Crespo, fouls off the opening pitch. Lucas Cash has got to be, he's got to be thinking a million different things right now.
I think he's very happy because he had time to settle down. That was a long second half of the inning. He's had time to collect his thoughts, meditate if he likes to do that. A lot of pitchers have different strategies that they like to do. And remember, he can't speak to Will Pearson anymore. So he's got to figure out with the rest of his coaching staff how he can calm down. And I think having that allotted amount of time is going to help.
He's already ahead 0-2. Breaking ball misses upstairs.
They just don't want to see your keys to the game, Landon.
No, they don't.
This is what keeps going on.
And we'll give it to them in a second, but if there's any silver lining with Will Pearson being ejected, it's that you have a guy that could probably serve as the pitching coach for the Tom Sox, Lucas Cash, out on the mound right now.
He's like the mayor, like legitimately. It's unbelievable.
The 1-2 coming up to Peter Crespo, batting 8th for the Lumberjacks. Breaking ball just misses on the outside.
I do think that missed, but that was a good pitch, but a really good take from Crespo.
Back-to-back breakers that have gotten lower and lower each time, but not as inside as Cash would want. The 3-2, check swing, and it's a called strike 3.
A gorgeous pitch to send him window shopping. He's just looking.
2 looking strikeouts for Lucas Cash today. Let's go ahead and take a look at my keys to the game. You've got to finish strong. This is the 5th, you have 5 games left in the season. You've got to finish strong in those 5 games to secure that third-place spot. And then, like we saw in the first inning, the Sox were finding those gaps to get runners home from scoring position. First pitch dealt to Frankie Clark is a strike.
Did you like my my window shopping joke?
I did. I did. I like that one. I always hear new ones whenever I come to summer ball.
Yes.
There's always new ways to describe looking strikeouts. The 0-1 outside, and even swinging strikeouts. There's just new ways to describe everything.
Yeah, the lingo is changing every 5 years. You got to sit with the pitchers. They are unbelievable. The POs, they have so many terms.
Here's a liner right to Lansness in center field, and it drops right before he can get there. A 1-out single for Frankie Clark, and that brings up top of the order Daryl Castillo.
I don't expect Clark to steal, so that's a good sign, but you have a speedster in Castillo here, so if you're thinking about the double play, the infield has to know it's going to be a really tough play, and you're going to have to speed it. Maybe just get the shore out and not risk the throw, and then it going down the right field line.
Castillo 5 stolen bags in 5 games coming into today for Covington. He's up to bat right now for Frankie Clark. In 22 games played, he's got 9 stolen bags in 10 attempts. Didn't steal on the first pitch. It's 0-1. And Clark stayed again as Castillo fouled off the second pitch, quickly 0-2.
I'll tell you what, this is a lively crowd, and I'm hoping it brings the juice to the pitchers and everybody on the field for the Tom Sox, but then also for Covington. They want to be the villains.
That they do. It was the Tom Sox who beat the Lumberjacks right here at Shoreport Field when both teams were winless. And the Sox finally got their first win. It was against Covington. And then they come back here, get walked off in 10 innings. So they're trying to end that streak of heartbreaking finishes.
They don't like to play here.
No, I don't think many people do. It's a unique field as Cash throws over to first.
It really is. And I'll also say sometimes it's tricky. The lights are a little dimmer than most. And sometimes I go out on the field after the game. It looks like a movie set.
That is true. We've said that a couple of times. It is at the campus of Charlottesville High School, Shoreport Field. And it has been in that place for quite some time. Even though the Tom Sox have not been in the VBL as long as some of the other teams, it is a staple in the South. Here's a chopper over to Jackson. They're going to try and turn 2. There's 1. The second is not there. Castillo a little too fast. But they get the lead runner out in Frankie Clark, and now there's 2 outs.
Yeah, and we spoke about it literally moments ago. You were expecting the weak contact and trying to turn 2. And I know I said just eat it if you can't make a perfect throw, but I'll tell you that was a great throw from McCory. And a great play by Jackson, the easy flip, and that was an absolute strike by McCory, who's really solidified himself as the starting shortstop for the rest of the season.
And so far, so good from Campy over at third base. As runner goes, Castillo trying to take second. The tag is in time. What a play. Cardone to Jackson to end the inning. Sox still ahead 4-2 as we take a quick break on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in.
Top of the order due up for the Sox. It's McCory, Campy, and then Landsness. And we'll see if we get to Caden Combs, who bats fourth. He hit that 2-run home run in the bottom of the first to give the Sox a 3-2 lead. It's now 4-2.
Yeah, I haven't been able to look back at the Combs home run, but I just want to see the pitch again and just how smooth the swing was as I pull back his at-bat. And, yeah, I mean, this is the first pitch of the at-bat. He knew the pitcher was struggling. He knew he was probably going to get something to hit, and this is a fastball that's just belt high and just up there on a tee for him like he's going golfing.
Well, at the plate now, it's Xavier McCory, who leads the team in stolen bases. First pitch breaking ball from Burbase is in there for strike 1. He got another stolen base, did McCory, taking third. He's now up to 16 on the season. Swing and a miss, 0-2.
It's a nice pitch right there, and this is a big inning. He's got to bounce back and find a way to at least get the first batter out and try and make it harder for the Tom Sox.
There's a big pitch coming up. If you can get that leadoff man out, it's a lot of confidence going the Lumberjacks' way. Here's the 0-2 into the dirt. And McCory's not an easy guy to strike out by any means.
No, he's not. And that on-base percentage and that slugging percentage is really sensational. And, I mean, the on-base percentage is .462. He loves to get on base, whether it's a walk, whether it's a single, a double, sometimes a home run.
On a very rare occasion, 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And McCory retired with a strikeout.
That home run was awesome because we heard back your call. He had an earbud in, and he heard you saying that he only likes to hit singles and doubles, and he tried to prove you wrong.
Now, I was not by any means taking a dig at McCory. I was only going off of the numbers.
And you were correct. The facts were there. It's never a dig when the numbers end up backing it up.
No. And McCory's a guy who the numbers represent very, very well. He is a statistically pleasing player.
Absolutely.
We need to get a hit-by-pitch percentage on him, too, because he took 3 hit-by-pitches in the game against Stanton. Next pitch to two-hole batter Harrison Campy hits the zone, 1-1 with an out, and nobody on for the Sox. They are in the midst of scoring 4 unanswered runs after Covington started off the game with 2 of their own. And here's a hard hit ball out into center field. Brown going back to the warning track, and he makes the catch. It's good contact from Campy, though.
Yeah, and your teammates will get on you in the dugout. They'll say, hit the weight room. Boy, that ball was off the barrel and just unfortunately not the at-bat for it to go over the wall. Sometimes that goes over the wall, not tonight. And you always like to give friendly jabs to your teammates and that warning track power.
Now it's Tommy Lansness, the lefty batter out of Henrico, Virginia. Takes the first pitch strike. Henrico just outside of Richmond, Virginia. It's almost intertwined. Even on our OneNote, we have him as Richmond, but I think another place it has him as Henrico. Here's the 0-1. And Burbase is really starting to come alive in this inning.
Yes, he is, and he's finding his groove. I'll tell you, I went to Richmond. I know you lived there. I went to the Short Pump Mall. That area is beautiful. It felt like Florida. It was gorgeous. The outlets, sensational.
The 0-2 to Lansness. High fly ball, sailing into foul territory. Dorlac coming way over to try and get it, and it's out of play. Over the fence by the left field bullpen. Yeah, I would implore anybody listening, you as well, Matt, to look up the history of the Short Pump Mall and why it's called the Short Pump Mall.
Yeah, I remember you told me this. I mean, you can give him a history lesson.
I don't know it off the top of my head. This knowledge is just from one Instagram reel.
Oh.
So I might have to either go back and watch it. I'm not going to try and spew a bunch of information that may or may not be true.
I thought you had it to the history book.
It's not nailed down in there.
It really was a gorgeous area, and my dad used to always go to Richmond, so he told me to definitely check it out.
The 0-2 to Lansness. Hard hit ball in the left center field, and it drops for a base hit. Lansness rounding first. He's heading to second. The throw's going to get there, but not in time. A sliding double for Tommy Lansness, and a little bit of Hingle McCringleberry out there to go along with it.
You know, we had him highlighted for a reason. The sac fly was number 1. It was perfect. He went the other way. He drove it on a line. How about this one? This ball he was just a tad late to, but it was pitched on the outer half of the plate, and he scorched it into the gap, and then he uses his speed and slides in safely, and that is sensational hitting.
Well, last time there was a runner on base, and Caden Combs up to bat. It was a no-doubter to right or left center, and a 2-run home run. This time, it's a runner in scoring position, and Tommy Lansness, as Combs will take some time. Also a dog barking.
Yeah, it doesn't like Louie. It's a little afraid of Louie.
Louie is the Tom Sox mascot. He makes a rare occasion to the ballpark every now and then, and I don't exactly blame the dog for being scared of it. If I saw a huge, is it a chipmunk, a groundhog? I'm not entirely sure.
I don't know.
A prairie dog?
Prairie dog? It's 81 degrees, and they try and keep whoever's in it safe. So since the temperature dropped down so much, able to be in the mascot suit. But that dog is petrified.
It's an 0-1 count for Caden Combs with 2 outs. Another breaking ball. That's pretty from Burbay. It hits that inside corner for an 0-2.
And Combs is asking where it is. He disagreed with the first one. He doesn't like that one. I think that one was more of a strike than the first one, but they both were pretty identical. So if one's a strike, the other one's going to be a strike too.
Tommy lands this off of second base. Burbay is offering. Lands this hard hit liner foul down the third base line.
Boy, Combs got a pitch to hit there, and he was looking to drive it a long way on the outer half of the plate, so he's 2 out in front of it, and he gets the barrel so extended he chops it foul. If he was a little bit later on that, he could have drove that one to center field or maybe left center.
Burbez gets his signal from Levesque behind the plate. The 0-2 pitch. Combs another hard hit ball. This one is gone, and this one is out of here. A 2-run home run again from Caden Combs. Are you kidding me? Incredible. 4 RBIs already for Caden Combs off of 2 hits, and the Sox lead 6-2.
Well, he was looking for a home run. It's an 0-2 count. He's going to swing at anything. So the pitch right before is on the outer half of the plate. So he was way out in front of it. The mistake here is this one is right down the middle. If he was too early on the pitch outside, you can't throw him something down the heart of the plate. You got to go back outside or in the dirt. Or if you're going to throw a fastball middle, you got to elevate it enough to get him to chase. This is a bad mistake, and it's the same side. It's a lefty-righty matchup, and that one was hit further than the first one, I think.
First pitch to Dewey, he shows bunt, but doesn't pull away in time, 0-1. You know it's a hard hit ball when all the left fielder does is stare up and watch that. I mean, we could have gone out there and given him a bag of popcorn to enjoy that one.
Absolutely. He was trying to pray and sell that it was foul. Unfortunately, that ball was fair.
Dewey takes strike 2, and yeah, thinking back to it, I didn't realize how close that ball was to the left field foul pole. I thought I was about to have a celebrated too early moment, but Matthew Pierman said it was a home run, and I believe him.
Yeah, and he has the best angle.
0-2 pitch. It was an insider that Dewey swung on and missed. So off of 1 hit or 2 hits, the Sox score 2 runs. It is 6-2 as we head into the top of the third on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom.
Safe to say it's been the Caden Combs show for the Tom Sox thus far. They lead 6-2, and Combs is responsible for 4 of those runs with two two-run home runs. There we go.
It's been exceptional, and we were waiting for him to get his first home run. We knew he was able to do it, and listen, it's difficult to enter summer ball play. You're swinging a wood bat. You were just facing arms in the SEC. The arms in the SEC, they're throwing you 96. They're throwing you breaking balls that are touching 85, sliders that are hitting 91. These guys are going to get drafted. The guys that you're facing today, the velo's a lot slower. So to be able to slow yourself down over the first 3 weeks that you're here, you finally get a home run, and then you see right there, he was out in front, and then he gets a mistake pitch. I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago, that's a chopper to third.
Here's a hard hit ball on to right. Ranging over to it is Dewey, and he can't make the catch. We're going to go for 2, and Castillo thought about going for 3. He'll stay up at second base. It's a leadoff double. Darius Brown.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered, Landon, and that's exactly what you got to do if you're Covington here. You got to battle back. It's a 6-2 game. You can blame yourself. You can blame the batter, but you got to control what you can control. And you're in the hole right now, and this is a scrappy team. I don't think they're going to go down easily.
No, they're not. No matter the scoreline, we've seen a lot of games get flipped on their head just by one pitch, one swing, one happening in a contest. First pitch to Oquendo is a strike. Runner on second and Darius Brown. That was his first hit of the contest. He's 1 for 1 with a walk. Oquendo is 1 for 1 with a single, but he got caught stealing in the top of the first. Cash's 0-1 delivery, way outside, and it goes all the way to the backstop. Nothing Cardone could have done about that one.
So here's the tricky thing. You already wasted a mound visit earlier this game. You want to settle down Cash, but you can't. He's got to figure it out himself, and I know he's capable of it. You don't have Will Pearson here. Cardone's not going to go out and talk to him yet, but he's got to give himself a second, and he kind of just took one there.
1-1 pitch. It was a better location from Cash, but just a bit too low for Pierman's liking.
I'll tell you what, that's a great bounce-back pitch. He didn't get the swing and the miss there, but he might get it for another batter.
Brown took third off of, I guess, would you call that a wild pitch?
Oh, yeah.
Wild pitch from Cash. And here's a hard hit ball out into left. Ream is trying to get there, but he won't before it drops and hits off the wall. 1 run scores for Covington, and it's an RBI double for Jan Oquendo. He's now got 3 RBIs on the day.
Back-to-back doubles, and he has all their runs tonight. Cash just has to settle down here. And I know I sound like a broken record, but it seriously is what he's going to need to do. And you see Cardone looking towards the dugout, wondering if somebody's going to make their way out, but you can't lose all your mound visits early. We saw what happened with Stanton. The umpire said, hey, anyone else that steps onto this field, it's got to be a pitching change.
You absolutely don't want to run into that problem, especially being in the top of the third, and you still have a 3-run lead. Here's a soft liner over to Campy at third. Long toss across the diamond. Craddock going back to third, and they can't get Oquendo out there. That was a smart play from Craddock. He realized where Oquendo was on the base pass, so they get 1, and Oquendo now on third.
Smart base running, smart play from Craddock. Thankfully, no errors there. You got to be very confident if you're going to start chucking the ball all around the field, because it'll become a circus really quickly. But how about that play from Campy? It was the first time we were able to see him make the throw, and that looked pretty good to me.
I had to hold back from saying McCollum because I'm just so used to it with him being over there on third as Dorlag takes a first pitch strike on the first one he sees from Cash.
I'll tell you what, if Campy can prove himself at third, if McCory ever needs the day off or you want to put him at second, you found another shortstop.
The 0-1 pitch misses low.
This is just a great game. I mean, I know it's long, it started long, but this is what playoff baseball should look like.
Here's a friendly reminder that Will Pearson, the pitching coach for the Tom Sox, was ejected in the top of the first with no outs.
It really makes a big difference.
Definitely sparked this Sox team. You heard the dugout get very lively after it happened. Can't wait to learn more about what exactly occurred in that mound visit. The 3-1 pitch misses. It's a 5-pitch walk for Zach Dorlag. Runners on the corners for Covington with 1 out.
This is an important inning, and we mentioned it feels like playoff baseball. You know what that means? Every pitch matters. Every strike matters. Every single movement matters. We're getting down to the wire here. You can call it the witching hour or the witching week, I guess. These are where team seasons are going to be made or lost.
Quick correction. It was actually Luis Acosta that worked that walk. Zach Dorlag fell victim to the 5-3 putout that happened just before that. Now it's Luca Mendez batting lefty. He plays first base for the Lumberjacks. He singled in his first at-bat in the top of the first. did not get around to score, was left stranded after Jacob Levesque lined out to left field.
Chris Fortunato getting warm in the Tom Sox bullpen. We'll see if Cash can get out of this inning first, and then how far Fortunato can take this bullpen.
Sox showing double play depth as Luis Acosta handles a nice lead off of first base whenever Mendez is in the batter's box.
Yeah, and you know what? You're up 6-3. You'd rather gamble the double play, and if you don't turn it, you let the run score, then play at the plate.
The 2-0, and runner goes. Cardone trying to throw out another, and he will. It's incredible. It's incredible what Ben Cardone has been doing behind the plate as of late.
He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. You can't run on this cat. These are absolute seams. People don't realize how hard it is to time that throw, and you think, oh, all you got to do is throw it to second and the guy will put the tag on. No, you got to throw it in the perfect spot, and it's so hard throwing it over the pitcher's head.
Cash is 2-1 with just a runner on third. It's line. Jackson has to fight to get it. He does, and throws it over to first. This infield is playing spectacularly right now. That's 3 out. Sox still lead 6-3 as we head into the home half of the third.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action.
Lucas Ream getting ready to dig into that righty's batter's box. And after that last inning, Matt, Lucas Ream's name has been taken off of the last time when a Tom Sox player hit 2 home runs in a game. Caden Combs now holds that sentiment.
He's got to use it as motivation. We can go down and tell him right now, and we'll see what he can do. There's still a lot of game left.
6-3 in favor of the Sox. Caden Combs with 2 multi-run home runs, both of them with 2 RBIs. He's got 4 RBIs in the contest and a 6-3 lead for his team. Covington pulled 1 back in the top of the third, but the play from the infield in that inning was some of the best that we've seen all season.
That inning was setting up to be an absolute disaster, and the throw from Cardone absolutely changed it all. You can't say what could have happened if that runner wasn't out. You can't say, oh, well, then it would have been the ground ball to Jackson. No, you never know, but it changed the momentum and the way that Cash was able to approach the batter and pitch with more confidence, knowing that there was 2 outs.
The 2-1 is low. It's 3-1.
It's so different because knowing your defense can just work behind you, you don't want to let up the run. You don't want to let up a sac fly. So you're trying to pitch for the double play. You're pitching down, and then to be able to have 2 outs is so nice.
Here's the 3-1. Short tapper over to Clark. The throw to first is there as well, and Ream is out on a 5-3 putout.
He was digging. The heart was there. Those are the plays that not every time that's made here in the VBL. So I got to give credit to Ream. He was hustling so hard to try and get to first there. And you know what? If he does that again in the game, I think he might reach.
Now batting Luke Craddock, another big bat in that righty's batter's box. First pitch breaking ball, clips the inside edge.
He's a dangerous player. And when he hits it, it goes a long way. And we saw what he did with the base hit.
Here's a hard hit ball. Clark there again to glove it. And the throw over to first on a knee is Mendez. He's out. 2 quick outs for the Tom Sox, and now Chase Jackson up to bat.
You can't be upset. That was 6-7, and now you have 8 up to bat. And those are 2 hard hit balls fielded very nicely by the third baseman. You're up 6-3. You go get him next at bat. Those are good outs.
Those weren't easy plays to make by Frankie Clark over at third. Jackson first pitch swings and fouls it off, 0-1.
We've learned this year, and at least in all of summer ball, anything hit on the ground to the left side is a hard play. And if you're going to hit consistently to that side, something good's going to happen in your favor. No, you don't want to get out, but that's baseball. So if you're going to get out, those are the good ways to get out.
I think the person that I've seen hit the most balls into that area is Grayson McCollum, and he does it in such a way that neither the shortstop or the third baseman can get to it, and if there's runners on, it's an RBI machine when he's at the plate. Jackson again, a little tapper to Clark. It stays fair. The throw is in time, barely. Mendez was on the ground making that play, and
the umpire originally pointed foul, the Tom Sox dugout screaming, and then he changed it to fair. Huh.
Interesting. We'll stay here for just a moment as Pierman, Heltz, and John again
we can take a
meet
look
near the bump.
Hey, this ball looks fair to me. He originally put his hand up foul.
And then he switched it
and
to
then he
point
switched
fair.
it. Now, in his defense, it was fair, but it's either one or the other. You can't do both.
No, you cannot. Chase Jackson is walking back to the batter's box, bat in hand.
We'll see what we can hear. The umpire's going to say it.
I'm going to call Tomlin over. Pierman and Heltz going to chat with him, and it looks like players are coming back onto the field.
I think what's going on is he's saying, I made a mistake. It was fair, but I originally pointed foul. And unfortunately, once something's done, you can't undo it. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is.
So the inning is not over. Lance Heltz originally pointed foul, and that's the call that the umpires are going with. Covington's head coach not entirely pleased, Rennie Tolentino.
Cardone had his catcher's equipment on. Now he's getting back in the batter's box.
It's a 1-2 count with 2 outs and nobody on for Chase Jackson. Burbez deals, and Jackson again lines it right to Frankie Clark. Identical play, and they tag Jackson out on the first base line.
That is a ball don't lie moment, Landon. The baseball gods wrote that one up to a T.
Well, 3 straight 5-3 putouts sees the Sox go down scoreless for the first time today. Top of the 4th, right after this.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seaville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube.
A good sign for Charlottesville. Lucas Cash still out on the bump, now into his 4th inning of work. It's a 6-3 ball game in Charlottesville with Jacob Levesque up to bat for the Lumberjacks.
I think if a run were to score, they would have pulled him, but he earned himself another inning.
It was back-to-back doubles to start off the top of the third for Covington. First pitch to Levesque, fastball, strike one.
Not that these hitters are not good, they're very good, but you have 7, 8, 9 here. So you gotta give no free passes and try and get them down in order. You cannot walk one of these 7, 8, 9 hitters and bring up Castillo again. And then you gotta deal with possibly Darius Brown or Oquendo, who has all the RBIs today.
Oquendo 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs, a single and a double. Right now it's Levesque up to bat. He's ahead 2-1.
And I do think after 7, 8, 9, whether there is a walk or there isn't, that'll be it. They're not going to let him go a third time around the order. They're seeing the ball well.
Levesque batting below the Mendoza line at 175 through 14 games played this season. The 2-1 from Cash misses low and away for a 3-1 count that Levesque will want to take advantage of.
Like to see get me over knuckleball. They're hard to hit. If he hits it, you tip your cap.
The 3-1 catches it, as you said, like clockwork.
It's a perfect pitch because it's so hard to hit and it does the job, and there's nobody on base. If he hits it out, then you really tip your cap. If he gets a single or a double, he beat me.
Payoff pitch. Misses down and away. A full count walk, and Jacob Levesque gets on base for the first time today, and it brings up left-handed Peter Crespo.
Randy's debating about what to do, and he is going to possibly have a chat with him. He didn't make the signal yet, and we'll see what the decision is. I think he's going to try and ask Cash. Oh, there it is. Never mind. There is the signal.
All right, well, we'll step aside for a brief moment. As you can see on your screen, it's a call to the bullpen for the Tom Sox.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at tomsox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos.
Top of the fourth, and the Sox replace Lucas Cash with Chris Fortunato, making his 4th appearance of the season. He comes in with a 2.25 ERA and just 4 innings pitched, so coming in a little bit earlier than normally that he would.
Yes, but he can go the distance, and, I mean, this is the Tom Sox staff. We spoke to Will before the game. We saw who was available. We're not going to give it away. We like surprises here, but there's a lot of pitchers available. And you have a day off tomorrow. Keep that into effect. They know how badly they need to win this game. The pitchers can get their rest once the playoffs are clinched. But right now, they got to throw everybody that they possibly can and win every single night. It doesn't matter the opponent, but it matters a little bit more when it's the team behind you.
Chris Fortunato out of Stevenson comes in to replace Lucas Cash as the Sox are ahead 6-3. Cash gave up a leadoff walk to Jacob Levesque to begin the 4th, and now the first batter that Fortunato will face is left-handed batter Peter Crespo. Crespo struck out looking in his last at-bat. First pitch ball from Fortunato.
Good miss right there, and he's going to try and find his groove, but I'd also keep an eye on the runner. I know it's the catcher, but this entire team can steal.
High fly ball, center field. Lansness ranging back to the track, to the wall, and he makes the catch. That got a little bit dicey as it kept on just traveling and traveling and traveling, but Tommy Lansness, a comfortable glove out in center field.
Yeah, I didn't think it was hit all too well. I knew it was hit on the barrel, but the launch angle was pretty sky high, and boy, that ball just kept going, and you said it best. It got very dicey. You had to hold your breath for a second.
Now it's Frankie Clark from Willowick, Ohio. Played at Western Oklahoma State College this past season. Cardone trying to throw back to first, and the tag is not there, but boy, was it close.
I love those plays as long as the catcher is confident that they're able to do that. Some catchers don't have the best arms, and they just throw it all over the place, but Cardone's got a cannon.
It was a strike from Fortunato. So it's an 0-1 count towards Frankie Clark, the 9-hole batter for Covington. In 47 games with Western Oklahoma State College, he batted .419. The pitch, another high fly ball into right. Dewey's there, and Dewey makes the catch. Levesque goes back to first base.
Fortunato has entered this game and done his job so far, but here's the big test. You at the top of the lineup.
Daryl Castillo, for the most part, has not been much of a threat for the Sox. Walked in his first at-bat to start the game off, and then reached on a fielder's choice before being caught stealing in the second. Here's a liner into right, and there's the announcer's jinx for you. Castillo gets on base with a single, runners on first and second for the Lumberjacks.
You did the right thing by knocking on wood. Maybe you should have knocked harder, but what I will say is that could have been a lot worse, and you still have an escape route here in the inning. Darius Brown has been great, but, I mean, again, Fortunato is a very good and calm pitcher. We'll see what he can do.
Darius Brown doubled and got around to score to lead things off for the Jacks in the third. What can he do with 2 runners on and 2 outs in the top of the fourth? Fortunato's first pitch. A ball on the outside.
Just missed outside. Wasn't by a lot.
Here's the 1-0. Hit off the hands. Craddock's there, and Craddock takes it to first base to end the inning. So the Sox will have to wait one more frame to face off against Jan Oquindo, but for now, they still lead 6-3 as we head into the home half of the fourth.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Welcome back to Chorport Field, bottom of the fourth, and the Sox ahead 6-3. Take a look at the all-time series between the Sox and the Lumberjacks. Charlottesville leads 44-25 this season. They lead 3-1. The one loss, a 6-2 loss in Covington.
6-1, and this is going to be the big one. You're trying to get the tiebreaker here in the head-to-head, and Randy Tomlin going over having a chat with the home plate umpire. We'll keep an eye out for any changes, but I think that was just a nice conversation. I didn't see him open up his notepad or anything.
A lot nicer than the conversation that occurred between Will Pearson, the Sox pitching coach, and Matthew Pierman earlier.
Wouldn't say it was much of a conversation.
It was more one-sided, with Pearson saying, "You're gone." And unfortunately, the Sox have been without their pitching coach for the majority of the game, apart from 2 at-bats. But they've been doing.
I was trying to think when it happened, and you're right.
I think it was after those first 2 walks from Cash. As he went out there to talk things over, and there had been a couple of close misses. There was something said, not entirely sure, we're not going to speculate, but we heard Pierman say that he's gone. And it's been that way for quite some time. Nonetheless, the Sox have pitched very well. Cash came out a little earlier than you would have liked, but that's not to say he didn't put in good work.
He did, and you know what? At the end of the day, that's okay. The Tom Sox, they have a good pitching staff. They have a fully loaded bullpen today. That's okay.
4-pitch walk to start things off for the Sox. It's Ben Cardone reaching first base. He's gotten on base twice today, I guess you could say. He did reach technically on that fielder's choice.
Yes, he did.
That wacky sequence to in the bottom of the first.
It is a technical reach, and what I'll also say is that's not the situation you want to be walking a batter, because that is the number 9 hitter. You now got to face McCory, Campy, then Lansis, and then Combs again, possibly. You don't want to give a free pass to the number 9 hitter.
McCory 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch in the dirt. Levesque, nice job to block it. And Cardone stays at first base.
I'll tell you what, for a lefty on the mound, Cardone has taken a gracious secondary lead. I think the check back might be happening very shortly from either the pitcher or the catcher. Oh, there you go.
On cue, Burbase throws over to Mendez at first, but Cardone on his toes got back in there safely.
It's crazy. They teach you as a lefty to basically balk, because nobody can tell the difference.
Here's the 1-0. Cardone trying to steal second, and he does. Levesque not even going to risk a throw over. And now a runner in scoring position for Xavier McCory. A strike was called, so it's a 1-1 count.
I think he lost the handle on the transfer. He was going to try and gun him, and once that ball started moving around in his hand, he decided, nope, this is going to be an error if I throw it.
McCory takes another hit by pitch. And we were talking about it earlier and actually got a stat. It's about a 4% chance that in every at-bat, McCory gets hit by a pitch, and, well, that percentage just went way up.
Yeah, and that one was a little bit high, and he was not pleased. It's one thing when he was able to wear it on the back of the leg, and he said, you know, that's baseball, but it's another thing when it's at your shoulders.
So now it's Campy batting, Lansness on deck, and Caden Combs in the hole, if we get there. Campy shows bunt, double steal for the Sox. McCory sliding in head first, and he gets into second safely. Cardone over to third, and Campy now batting with 2 runners in scoring position.
I'm shocked the throw didn't go to third. Cardone's a catcher, and I mean, he's faster than the average catcher, but I mean, it's not McCory, and I'm really shocked. It's a shorter throw. I would have liked to see that throw go to third.
No outs, and Harrison Campy in a 1-0 count. 2-0 now. Yeah, I mean, you know McCory's track record with stealing bases. That's stolen bag number 17. Wouldn't you want to try and go for the lead runner anyways?
Yeah, absolutely.
Breaking ball that Campy liked. He fouled it off, 2-1.
I just watched the replay, and
there's actually been a balk call.
Oh, there you go.
7-3 now, Sox lead after a balk was called on Anil Burbase. So I guess maybe the lefties sometimes do show their balk.
They do, but you know what? That's more of a reason why you should have thrown to third. And I just watched the replay, and Cardone was, I want to say, halfway down the line when the throw could have been made. He could have got him, and he elected for the throw at second. And you know, the umpires are going to chat. The catcher's a little confused. And, you know, balks are really interesting. We'll take a look on my iPad and see. Oh, you know what? I see it right there. That's a great call. We're going to have to paint the picture to the viewers, but you see this little twitch by the pitcher right here. Right there, you see that little twitch right before he throws. That is a balk, and it is the right call. And those are the more obvious ones.
Well, now it's a runner on third and McCory. Campy is in a 2-0 count with no outs, and the Sox lead 7-3 after Cardone scored a run off the ball called on Anil Burbase, the left-handed pitcher for the Covington Lumberjacks.
Oh, just got tossed.
Wow.
Covington dugout. Think it was the head coach. It was the third base umpire that tossed him.
That is Lance Heltz over there. And we'll take just a quick moment before making a decision on who it was that is ejected. And someone's getting their money's worth with Lance Heltz over there. You now see Matthew Pierman on your screen. And, I mean, this game is just starting to get out of hand.
I think it was Rennie Tolentino, the head coach, and it would make sense because there's been a lot going on in this game, but I got to back up the umpires here. I looked at the replay, and I know it's hard to see from the naked eye, and I know you're going to disagree if it happens against you, but it was a balk. He twitched, and then he delivered. He came set, he put his leg up just a second, and then he delivered. So now he's saying, I'm in the windup, so you can't call me for a balk. There's a runner at third. I'm going to pitch from the windup, not from the stretch. So now can't get called for a balk. Well, at least I don't think so. There are certain ways you can, but now you can do whatever you want. You can do the Nestor Cortez thing where you tap your foot a million times.
You see Rennie Tolentino. We see him in the dugout getting his stuff together. He'll head out very soon. The 2-0 pitch can't be a high fly ball. Infield depth. Going over to it is second baseman Crespo, and he makes the catch. That's 1 out, retired. McCory still on third base, and now Tommy Lansness up to bat.
I love Campy attacking that pitch after that entire debacle, knowing he's probably going to get a pitch to hit. He just wanted to make it so much worse for Covington. And there's 1 out, and you know Lansness can get the runner in, so why not just take a hack at it? And unfortunately didn't get it far enough, but now Lansness is going to try and do his job with 1 out for a sac fly.
He already did that earlier today in the bottom of the first. First pitch ball to Tommy Lansness.
Boy, what a game.
And Rennie Tolentino with his backpack on and phone to his ear, making a phone call somewhere, heads back to the Lumberjacks bus. So pitching coach Will Pearson ejected for the Tom Sox. As Lansness takes a strike, it's 1-1. And now Rennie Tolentino, head coach of the Lumberjacks, ejected by Lance Heltz in the bottom of the fourth. His team trailing 7-3 away from home. 1-2 count for Lansness. He's got to start swinging the bat now.
Mason Reed is warming up, a two-way player. I know we mentioned we might see some position players for Covington, and they have a short roster. Unfortunately, a lot of people left, so.
The 1-2. Lansness takes, and a good take as well. It skipped up into Levesque's chest. 2-2.
It's a great block right there by Levesque. A much-needed one.
Caden Combs on deck. That is a worrying sight for Anil Burbase and the entire Lumberjack squad. Here's the 2-2. Lansness fouls it off right into himself, and he is limping.
Yeah, that's going to sting. Hopefully it got him on the, I want to say the shin is kind of the best spot there because you have the protector. It's the toes, that's where you can break your toe, and I hope and I think I got him on the shin. Only time will tell.
Well, he's putting his gear back on, which is a good sight.
Very
Caden
good
Combs
sight.
And Randy Tomlin over to talk to him. Still a 2-2 count with an out.
Those are the ones that sting, and you know, you get the adrenaline rush, but after it goes away, it really hurts, and you wake up with a black and blue mark the next day. I know I've had that.
It's a good thing the Sox have an off day tomorrow, just in case, before playing Culpeper at home on Wednesday. Here's the 2-2 from Burbase. Lansness takes, down low, full count pitch coming up.
I don't think people realize how easy it is after you hurt yourself to get back in the box and try and swing at a 90-plus mile-per-hour pitch.
Payoff pitch with a runner on third. Lansness lines it over the glove of Mendez. It skips over it. He rounds first, and now he's going to track back. An RBI single to send McCory home, and it's Charlottesville 8, Culpeper 3.
think they're going to rule it an error, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter because a run scores, and I'll tell you what, that's a good piece of hitting by Tommy Lansness, and he has brought in a lot of runs today. He's done a great job.
And now, Caden Combs, a runner on again. He's already hit two run home runs. First pitch, he takes 1-0.
It's not the pitch I would have thrown him after seeing what he's been able to do. He's lucky it missed.
Matt, many players for the Sox have hit 2 home runs in a game. Nobody has ever hit 3 home runs in a game for the Sox. 2-0.
It's on the brink of history, and I hope he's not thinking too much about it.
Hope he didn't hear us.
I hope he didn't hear us, yeah.
Just 1 out in the inning as well, and you have to think he's got all the confidence in the world. The 2-0. He takes it again. 3-0.
You're up 8-3. I'm giving him the green light. There's a runner on. You've seen what he's been able to do. I give him the green light. I give him the green light.
Lansness off of first. Inside, a 4-pitch walk, and that was kind of expected considering what he's done today.
Yeah, absolutely, and now you have the double play in order, which it was in order the first time, but there was a higher risk of something else happening, so pitching around him was not the worst decision. I actually, once it became 3-0, I would have just put the 4 up and not have even thrown, just in case you make a mistake.
Brings up Christian Dewey. 2 runners on and an out. Already 2 runs for the Sox in the inning. He takes the first pitch high for ball 1.
Ream is on deck, and he's also a home run threat, so you can't give a free pass to Dewey here and expect the double play out of Ream.
This lineup today is just chock full of guys that can hit it out of the park. The 1-0 turns into a 2-0. You think about, got Cardone in there. He's hit a couple of home runs. Craddock has hit a couple of home runs. Lucas Ream has hit a few home runs. Caden Combs, of course, Lansness, McCory. The only guys in this lineup that haven't are Campy, Dewey, and Jackson.
Absolutely.
Dewey takes a hefty hack at it. It's in foul territory. Levesque going all the way to the gate, and he makes the catch. 2 outs, and now Lucas Ream up to bat. We'll take a quick breather from the action on here and go to the scoreboard around the Valley League. Stanton leads Culpeper 10-5 at Culpeper County High School in the bottom of the 6th, and then Newmarket at Woodstock. The River Bandits lead the Rebels 3-2.
I think we're going to get a pitching change here. Remember, the head coach was ejected, and yeah, he taps his arm, but that's a big result for the Tom Sox right now, and we don't know if it's going to hold. It's a 5-run game in the bottom of the 6th. Anything is possible, but you sure like to hope it does hold for the Tom Sox. That would very, very, very much help them. And you know what? I know we're about to go to break, but when we come back, we can even show one of our cool graphics that does involve the situation that's going on in that game.
You guys will have to wait for that one as we head into a break. Sox up 8-3 in the bottom of the 4th.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/
Welcome back to True Airport Field. Here's the graphic we were talking about, the postseason picture. It is that time.
Yes, it is. And if the playoffs started today, it would be Stanton against Charlottesville, Culpeper against Waynesboro, Winchester against Newmarket, and Strasburg against Purcellville. And the reason why that result is so important is because it gets the magic number down for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. But on top of that, for Harrisonburg, if they want to make the postseason, they're either going to have to take Charlottesville's spot or Culpeper's. And right now, the way Charlottesville's playing, it's looking like it's going to be a battle between Covington, Culpeper, and Harrisonburg. But there's still a week left, so that's why you want to win these games now, solidify yourself as either the 3 or the 4 seed, just get in, and then let the other guys duke it out.
And now for those that may not understand, what exactly is a magic number?
A magic number is how many games you need to win in order to clinch, which can go up or down. And right now it's 4, but technically 3 because the tiebreaker between Charlottesville and Harrisonburg. It's how many games you need to win to make the postseason, and it goes up and down based on the teams behind you's wins and losses.
Lucas Ream swings and misses at the first offering from Mason Reed, who, as far as pitching goes, is making his first appearance as a pitcher for the Lumberjacks this season. He's played 15 games at the third base position for Covington. 2 runners on for the Sox, an 8-3 ball game, bottom of the 4th. Ream takes strike 2.
Should we start talking about the tragic number? That's a whole different story.
There were some of those conversations very early on in the
yes,
year
there
when
were.
The Sox were 0-7, but man, they have come alive. 15-9 in their last 24 contests. The 0-2 pitch from Reed. Check swing from Ream, and Greg John over on first deems that he went. 8-3 is your score after 4. We'll step aside on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift.
Sox add 2 more in the bottom of the 4th. It's 8-3 Charlottesville as we head into the top of the 5th. Still Chris Fortunato out on the mound for Charlottesville, and John Oquindo up to bat for Covington. He's been dangerous today.
Yes, he has been, and he's driven in all of their RBIs. And, well, the only way for him to do that now is to hit a home run. And I'd pitch him carefully, but you can attack him. It's an 8-3 game. Don't walk him. Give yourself a chance. If he gets a hit, then it is what it is. If it's a home run, then it is what it is. But I would not start giving out free passes because that's where the game starts to get close. You're up 8-3, and I know he's a good hitter, but there's no reason to pitch around him.
2 for 2 with a single and a double. 3 RBIs for him already. The only person to match that is Caden Combs with 4 off of 2 two-run home runs. And the difference between what Combs has done today and what Ream did against Stanton just last week was that Ream hit his second home run as here's a line drive right to McCory at short. The throw over the diamond is in time to Craddock for out number 1. The difference between what Combs and Ream have done is that Ream hit 2 home runs, but his last one came in the bottom of the 9th. Combs did it in just a matter of a couple innings.
I think it's spectacular, the fact that he's been able to really make it a jolt. Home runs are technically known as rally killers, unless it's something like that. And to really give your team confidence to swing the bat and start to have a good day and really lead the charge, it's impressive. And I can't really make the comparison to hockey or soccer, but if you see someone score on your team and it fires you up, you start to get a little more aggressive, usually, unless you're coached otherwise.
Fortunato delivers the 0-1 to Dorlag. That's a pretty breaker for an 0-2 count, but yeah, you're right. Most of the time when a big play happens, it gets everybody rejuvenated, everyone's excited, and definitely the case in soccer as well. We've seen it all World Cup. Things change. Players make plays, and it changes the tempo of games. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fortunato sits Dorlag down, and that's 2 outs and 2 batters.
Just an overpowering right there, and this is setting up to be a good inning, but you got one more person to take care of, and it's a guy whose slash line is ridiculous.
Luis Acosta up to bat for the Lumberjacks. First pitch upstairs. He's batting .327 this season. His slugging is .404, and he gets on base nearly 2 every 5 times.
It's unbelievable.
There's a fastball. Call it strike for Fortunato. Fortunato came in when the Sox traveled to Culpeper last week and picked up a big win over there at Culpeper County High School. There's a ball that plunks Acosta in the back.
I think it was a hit by pitch, but I heard a lot of people say foul ball, but I think that was just the Charlottesville dugout trying to take advantage of the noise that it hit the elbow guard.
Yeah, that one took a big piece right in the middle of the 3 and the 5 on Acosta's back. He'll take first base, and it brings up Luca Mendez. So at least you don't have to have Acosta hit against you, but now he's on base.
Yeah, and he was already thrown out at second base once.
10 stolen bases for him on the season. Mendez sends a ball way up in the air. Lansness is there in center field, and he makes the catch. A quick inning for the Sox, and it's scoreless again for Covington. 8-3 your score in favor of Charlottesville. We'll hand things off to Matt Becker on play-by-play going into the bottom of the 5th on the Tom Sox Broadcast Network.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Thank you, Landon, and welcome back to Cho Airport Field. We're here in the bottom of the 5th, where the Tom Sox lead at 8-3. Luke Craddock to lead things off, and Landon, this first half of the game was just exceptional. There was a lot of roller coasters and so many things that happened. I don't want you to break it down, but I want to know your thoughts because you're on play-by-play. You weren't really able to give your analysis on the whole thing.
It was just a crazy sequence of events. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a coach get ejected that quickly into a contest. I believe that's actually the first time I've seen a Tom Sox coach get ejected in a game, and I've been a part of this team for nearly 2 seasons now.
The 0-1 is fouled back. And just a reminder that Mason Reed is still on the mound for the Covington Lumberjacks. Luke Craddock, 1 for 2 today. He had that single in the first inning that was hit. I mean, we can estimate, I'd say 109 miles per hour. May not be correct, but it was sizzling. The 0-2 hits him on the hands, and he'll go to first.
Chicken wing, by rule, that's strike 3.
Oh, whoa! They called it a chicken wing, and they called it strike 3. That is unbelievable.
And here comes Tomlin. He's going to want to have a conversation with Pierman behind the plate, and he's got to be careful.
I think Randy knows that if he even tries to argue, he will be sent back into his car and won't be able to watch the rest of this game. So it's a strikeout. I guess, is it considered batter's interference?
Maybe. That is such a weird rule.
I'm just going to put it as a strikeout, and swing and a miss right there by Jackson. Well, this crowd mic is fantastic. You were able to hear the umpire, Matt Pearman, behind the plate literally say, chicken wing, chicken wing. So there's that. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Covington pitching. And now here's Chase Jackson, who's 0 for 1. The 0-1, he squares to bunt. It just misses outside, and they'll appeal down, no swing. This game has featured everything, Landon, and I know you have watched a lot of baseball in your life. You announced Virginia Tech baseball. Have you ever seen a game like this, even with the Tom Sox last year? Just so much controversy, and then a 2-home-run game, and just ups and downs galore?
The only game that I can think that maybe rivals it, and I was not at this game when it was occurring. I was actually lifting in one of the Virginia Tech gyms. It was Virginia Tech hosting North Carolina, a big-time ACC battle. Sam Tackett, for those that are listening and know Virginia Tech baseball, as Jackson takes a pitch upstairs, for those that are listening and know Sam Tackett, he hit some bombs, and he hit a complete nuke off of a North Carolina pitcher. Big bat flip towards the Tar Heel dugout.
I know where this is going.
And then the umpire chases him down the first base line. I don't remember if anybody got ejected.
Well, they ended up as that one actually hit Jackson, and they're going to send him to first. They ended up putting a rule in, and you haven't seen it here, which is why Combs was able to admire his home run. In the NCAA, they've been cracking down on bat flips, and they ejected a lot of people in super regionals in the NCAA tournament. And I mean, what are your thoughts on it? I mean, I know we're kids, so we're going to have a different outlook, but I do want to know what your thoughts are on that rule.
I love it. I love the fact that you can admire an absolute bomb that you hit. I would prefer that. I believe you said that they're allowed to do that, right? Or they're not allowed to do that.
They're not allowed to bat flip. They're allowed to admire it, I think. But the actual flipping of the bat, as Ben Cardone steps in here, is where you end up getting tossed.
Yeah, I think that players should be allowed to celebrate as much as they want. Obviously, you can't get obscene. A bat flip is not obscene, in my opinion.
Runner goes. The pitch is a ball to throw to second. The tag in time to get Jackson for out number 2. An absolute missile by Levesque behind the plate.
But here's where it changes for me, Matt. It's when you start to have guys that are visibly targeting the other team's dugout. I think we saw it was it Georgia against Liberty in the NCAA regionals, maybe?
I think it was.
A player turned around and started doing some gestures to the Liberty dugout. That's when it gets a little bit more for me.
I agree with you. Here's the 1-1 to Cardone, and he swings and misses. He's batting 9 in the lineup, so it'll turn over to McCrory if Cardone's able to reach. I do agree with you, and I think you should be allowed to bat flip. I don't see a problem with it. I think when words are involved and you start to say certain things, and that's where you can get ran for unsportsmanlike. But I agree, you should be allowed to celebrate. They're going to check on the call, no swing. And I mean, in hockey and soccer and football, I know is a little stricter. They just hand out fines, and basketball has kind of cracked down on it too. With certain things, you're really allowed to do whatever you want. Some smoke is coming in from
Yeah, I'm seeing
left
that.
field, and
Yeah.
might be a little bit hard for the left fielder to start tracking the ball. We'll see if that plays any impact. Here's the 2-2, and a swing and a miss. Well, we won't see it right now as Cardone goes down swinging, and that'll send us to the top of the 6th. Tom Sox still up 5 on Tom Sox TV.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Welcome back. It's the top of the 6th. The Tom Sox are on top, 8-3 against Covington. And Jacob Levesque, who just threw an absolute missile to get Chase Jackson out at second base to catch him stealing, will lead things off. He's 0 for 1 tonight. You can take a look on your screen. It looks a little bit better from your vantage point than it does here, but there's a lot of smoke coming in from the left side, and we'll see if it ends up making an impact. It really is just staying put towards that left area as the first pitch is a called strike. And Landon, Chris Fortunato has been impeccable today. He's not done yet, but he's gone 2 innings so far. He's only allowed 1 hit, no walks, and a strikeout. And he's just absolutely dealing. I mean, the Tom Sox bullpen is fully available, but to really see Fortunato come in and save cash, how huge is that in the long run, even with the day off tomorrow?
I think it's really important, Matt, when you take a look at the rest of the schedule. I mean, after this game, there's only 4 games left, and you get a day break tomorrow. And considering the playoffs start the middle of next week.
Wednesday, right? They said that
Wednesday. So you have another game on Wednesday against Culpeper. Then you play, they find it, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you get Sunday through Tuesday off.
2-1 is fouled back, and the day off, I mean, here's the thing. This game wasn't supposed to be played today. It was supposed to be played Friday, but then if it was, then it would have affected all the pitching yesterday. So nonetheless, you were going to have to figure out how to manage your bullpen anyways. Now you get the day off tomorrow, and you go into the final week of the season, and you're trying to clinch the playoffs. So Fortunato, that one's fouled off. Doing what he's doing now is setting the Tom Sox up for success. I know they're up 5, but if this game does get dicey, now you have a full roster of arms and different scenarios and different hands that can come in and throw a really good inning.
Yeah, and it just raises that confidence level of the Sox bullpen.
The 3-2 is popped up to the right side. Craddock, the first baseman, is there. He makes the catch in foul territory for out number 1. That'll bring up Peter Crespo, who's 0 for 2.
We saw the pitching really take a hit last week after blown leads to Stanton and Winchester in back-to-back contests. But since then, it's been really, really good, and the Sox put up a pretty decent week last week, beating Culpeper and taking advantage of Strasburg, up in Strasburg, and that pitching staff really raised its level. And now you can see it again, cash into Fortunato, and right now it's looking good.
It's been a great week as that one is chopped to the right side. Jackson sure hands it, throws to first in time for the second out. It's been a great week for the Tom Sox, but you got to finish the job here as Frankie Clark comes to bat. you're always probably going to drop a game in a week. That's how the schedule's made, playing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you're having 2 straight off days, so you're kind of losing a little bit of momentum. It's very hard to get into a win streak here in the VBL. So to be able to go potentially 4-1 in a week where you're playing 5 games by winning today is huge. And yeah, it hurts to lose to Harrisonburg, but you already took care of business against them. You have the tiebreaker. And now, as that one's tapped to the right side, you can really put destiny in your own control. And there's a 1-2-3 inning for Fortunato. We'll talk more about the postseason and everything about that when we come back on Tom Sox TV.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Top of the order due up for the Charlottesville Tom Sox here in the bottom of the 6th, Xavier McCrory, as he is 0 for 1 today, but he came around to score twice after walking and being hit by a pitch. Landon, we last left off talking about the week, and it was a crushing loss to Winchester and then to Stanton, blowing those games the week prior. You enter this week knowing you need to have a resurgence and you want to try and control your own destiny. If you win this game, and it's not over yet, but if you do find a way to, you had a 4-1 week going into the final week of the season.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Coming off a week that was 1-3, with that one win being a walk-off win against Covington, yeah, you'd be 4-1, including a 21-0 drubbing of Stanton.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed, and we mentioned why this game is so important, but if you're not around the team and you're looking at the standings, you're like, yeah, it's important, but why is it so important? It's Covington, you know? They're kind of far out of it. I mean, they're clawing their way back into the playoff race, but why is it so big? And, well, being in the organization, Landon, you can attest to this, the morale and the vibes, if they do end up coming away here with a victory, after what has happened this week from the week prior, would be massive going into the final week.
No kidding. And you get an extra boost from getting revenge of the 2025 team by going up to Strasburg and beating the Express 11-9.
And it was kind of poetic, as, I mean, I guess we can talk about it now. You guys were no hit in that game. And by you guys, I mean all the former staff members that were here. There was only one player on the roster, Trevor Booton, who was there for that game. And Xavier McCrory, poetically, in the first at-bat leading off, gets a base hit. Mm-hmm. You kind of slayed the demons right then and there. And not only did you guys put up a bunch of runs, but then they end up winning the game as that one's fouled back. And I know not a lot of people understand what happened last season, but when you join this team, you're a part of its history. And I think they all got that sense. Would you agree?
Yeah, because, you know, you're connected with people that were a part of that last year. I mean, Randy Tomlin, the head coach, was a part of that game. Chesley Mullins was a part of that game.
That one's ripped to the left side and fell.
There's just so many people that were here last year, even though they weren't players, they were a part of the team that went up to First Bank Park in Strasburg and saw the team after walking it off the night before to force that game 3, get no hit, and it just felt like a dagger into the heart. But the players, they care so much about the organization. They understood the significance of the game, and man, they took advantage of it, and they made us proud.
The 2-2 is ball high, now 3-2, a full count, and it was a breath of fresh air for everybody in the organization. It's a feel-good win. It might not have had a crazy impact on the South Division, and yes, they needed a win anyways because you just got to straight up win games. That one's fouled back, no matter if it's against the North or the South. Obviously, the wins against the South and the games against the South is more crucial because of the swing it'll have on the standings, but they could have lost that game and took care of business against Harrisonburg and possibly won tonight, and they still go 4-1 this week, but it just would have felt different. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss. A great at-bat from McCory, and it ends in a strikeout.
McCory 0 for 2 today, 2 strikeouts, but he's reached base and scored, so a bittersweet day so far. He'll have another at-bat for sure. But yeah, this week has been phenomenal, and all you can ask from this team with just 4 games left after this one is to finish strong. Finish strong. Don't let anything go to chance. Take advantage of the games that you have and get some good momentum going into the playoffs.
A called strike there to Harrison Campy, who steps up here. He's 1 for 3. And, well, one of the things, the Tom Sox play the Generals, who, I mean, they're 0-5 against them this season. They play the Turks again. Oh, pardon me, they don't play the Turks again, but they play Covington again. Covington's a pesky team, but, I mean, you look at the paper and you look at the roster, and I know it's baseball and anybody can win on any given day, but, I mean, your talent and the players that you have are better than Covington. I mean, Covington is running short of players, so if you can take advantage of that tonight and take advantage of that next time you see them, those are 2 wins right there that gets you one step closer to the playoffs.
Yeah, just looking back at this part of the season last year, the Sox went on a 5-game winning streak with 4 of those games being on the road. This was also in the midst of an all-star break as well, and they actually did not finish the season all that well.
That one's in the air to right field. Oquendo racing towards it, so it's Crespo. Oquendo calls it off and is able to make the catch for out number 2.
But to end the season, they lost back-to-back games at Stanton, at Culpeper, and then they went and rattled off 3 straight wins to get to that championship series. I much rather would have a team that is winning a couple of games before you go into the playoffs, just to have that sense of what it's going to take, especially with one of those games being against Stanton, who right now is who they would face.
And they have handled Stanton pretty well. I mean, you look at the series, it's 3-2 in favor of the Tom Sox, but I think all the players would sit there and tell you it should be 4-1 in favor of the Tom Sox. They blew that game. They know they blew that game, and it's okay to do it in the regular season, but that can't happen again, and I think it just adds to their confidence after the 21-0 thrashing by the Tom Sox, knowing that they could have won that game at home. I think it just makes them even more confident to beat them.
No kidding. No kidding at all. I think any team you beat 21-0, you're going to have that mental edge over them for the rest of the season.
The 1-1 to Tommy Lansness as he steps up here. He is 1 for 2. He had a sac fly earlier. Reached on an error, which scored a run. That was Xavier McCory's run, and he's quickly behind 1-2. Here in the bottom of the 6th at Joe Airport Field. We mentioned it many times. We sound like a broken record, but this is one of 5 games remaining in the 2026 season. The 1-2 is way outside. Now it's tied up at 2-2.
And if you're Mason Reed and the Lumberjacks defense, you want to get Lansness out here. You do not want to see Caden Combs up with a runner on base.
Holmes with 2 home runs on the day. No Tom Sock has ever had a 3-homer day. The 2-2. Lands and just waves and misses at that one. An excellent breaking ball from Reed to retire the side. The Sox go down 1-2-3. We step aside to the top of the 7th.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Welcome back. We're here in the top of the 7th. The Tom Sox lead Covington 8-3. Matt Becker, Landon Weaver bringing the action to you here. And we mentioned it's an important game for the Tom Sox, but it's also important for Covington as they are looking to get back into playoff contention. And it all starts here in the 7th inning, down by 5 with the top of the lineup in Dario Castillo. Chris Fortunato still on the mound for the Tom Sox as he misses away. Dario Castillo reached on a single in the 4th. And aside from that, he's 1 for 2, but he did walk and come around to score as the first batter of the game. And he flares that one foul.
I think it's also worth mentioning for really anybody listening to this game, this is good for Covington, it's good for the Tom Sox. Stanton's still ahead of Culpepper 10-5. So with that loss, I mean, Covington stays 3 games back. If they were to lose today, they would go to 3.5 games back, but the Sox would jump a little bit more.
Making their way closer to playoff contention in a season that they started 0-7, and it's a shortened season with the playoffs. As that one misses for ball 3, with the playoffs being still, it used to be every single team was in it. Now it's 4 teams, but they're doing it in a series, a 3-game series, so the season had to be shortened. The 3-1 is tattooed to left center field. Ream is hustling over. He makes the catch on a scorching hot first out.
It's a good play. Ream is so comfortable out in left field. You can put him really anywhere. He's played left, center, and right. And this outfield right now for the Sox has done pretty well. It's night and day from what we witnessed at Strasburg.
Here's Darius Brown, the center fielder, who is 1 for 2 today. He was a part of those back-to-back doubles, and he came around to score in the 3rd inning with him and Oquendo. It's his 4th time up. The first pitch from Fortunato is in there for a called strike. Fortunato has looked impeccable out there. He's trying to get through this with the Tom Sox bullpen looming. That one's high. What we have seen from 0-7 to now, with not a lot of pitchers being there, unfortunately, school gets in the way and tournaments, to what you're seeing now out of a middle reliever. I mean, it's like night and day, Landon, from 0-7.
Oh, it really is. I mean, the fact that you actually have a complete pitching staff at this point is a game changer. You don't have to use position players. You don't have to really try and throw guys for a longer period of time. And now you can be a little more strategic about who you want to use. Let guys go on for longer. And we've seen Cash throw a complete game. Fortunato's come in, and he's gone longer than the starter today. It's just been night and day, and the guys that have come in on this pitching staff have been remarkable.
Here's the 2-2 to Darius Brown, and he chops that one foul to the right side. More of a flare. And it hits off the bullpen. Well, we look at the playoff picture again, and Culpepper's in that 4 spot. If they lose this game, they have another game that they play against Harrisonburg. That's on tomorrow, actually, and that game could set up to be who gets that number 4 spot. The 2-2 is fouled off again, and I mean, if you're Culpeper, you wanted to win tonight, and you can afford a loss tomorrow. Now you can't.
No, you can't. Right now, Culpeper and Harrisonburg separated by just 2 games. Culpeper will still have a game in hand on the Turks, with Culpeper now completing their 30th game when they finish the game tonight. Harrisonburg at 31.
That one's popped up center field. Lansness is there. He makes the catch for out number 2.
So, yeah, that game really shaping up to be a big contest between Culpeper and Harrisonburg. As you said, it could decide who takes that 4th place spot and has a date with the best team in the VBL, the Waynesboro Generals.
Boy, have they been spectacular this season, and it's really cool to be able to see what they've been able to do in Mike Alino's squad, and we saw all of them at the All-Star game, and that one's foul tipped into the mitt by John Oquendo, and it's been just fantastic. They're fun to watch, and every time you think that, oh, they got lucky with a chippy win, oh, they didn't really deserve that, the next day they just keep doing it. It doesn't matter. A lot of their wins have been really, really gritty and close games and walk-offs and lucky bounces, but it doesn't matter. They keep finding ways, and there's a reason they're on top of the entire VBL.
Yeah, and we've seen it. Teams that are the top sometimes struggle a bit when it comes to the playoffs, but Waynesboro is a different number 1 seed.
Breaking ball, chopped to the left side. Campy from third, throws to first, picked by Craddock. Out number 3 to retire the side. A fantastic split by Luke Craddock. It's stretch time here at Joe Airport Field. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th.
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual...
Caden Combs has 2 home runs tonight. 3 on the season, and he steps up to the plate looking to become the first Tom Sox player ever to hit 3 home runs in a game. He hit it in back-to-back at-bats in the first inning and the second inning, and then he walked. He steps up here against Mason Reed. Landon, I know you've never been in this situation,
Correct.
but if you were, hypothetically, how do you approach this?
I think you approach it the exact same way that you approach the other 2 at-bats you got a home run. You're patient, know what pitch you want, and obviously he's seen it a couple times. If it doesn't come on the first pitch, don't take it. If it doesn't come on the second pitch, don't take it.
He hits one in the air, deep left center field, back it goes! It is caught at the wall, my goodness! I'm not sure if he brought it back. Nonetheless, he was robbed of a double, and that's out number 1.
Wow. I mean, that ball, again, crushed. He got the pitch he wanted, and he let it fly. The dugout is in as much disbelief as we are.
He almost did it. He got a pitch to hit. Now it's Christian Dewey, and a called strike there. You know, I thought he had it for a second. It wasn't as loud as the first 2, but he hit it to the deepest part of the park, and he just missed it as that one's fouled back. I'm not sure if that ball, I mean, what were you able to see? I don't think it was going out. I don't think he took away the home run. I think he robbed a double.
Yeah, I think that one hits. If we can draw a line through the batter's eye, I think it hits above that line. It's near the top of that wall, but the way that Brown jumped out there, I don't think that he was robbing a home run, but it very well could have. If it takes a bounce at the top of the fence and goes over, is that still a home run?
Yes, it is.
It very well could have done that.
Yeah, even if it hits the batter's glove or their head, as long as it doesn't touch the ground, if you kick it over the wall on the fly, it's a home run.
It was close, nonetheless.
The 0-2, swing and a miss. So after a loud first out for a chance at history, Reed is able to get Christian Dewey, and now it's Lucas Ream.
Ream's a guy that I expected to get a hit by now. He's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts, but he's certainly due for one. He's going to want to do what his buddy Caden Combs has done so far today. He knows he has that capability. Let's see it.
You mentioned that if Combs can't do it here, there's probably a chance he doesn't get another at-bat, but that one's hit to the right side, and that's out number 3. I was going to say the Tom Sox could rally and bat around, but not going to be there in the 7th inning. We step aside, move to the 8th. We'll see, is Fortunato coming back out for another inning?
Want to support the Tom Sox? We offer many tiers of sponsorships with numerous benefits. Head to tomsox.org/sponsors to learn more about how you can become a valued partner today. Become a host family today. Host families provide players with a home away from home while building connections that go beyond baseball. Discover the lasting impact that host families have on the team and our community at tomsox.org/host-families. Contribute to Charlottesville Community Baseball today. As a 501c3 nonprofit organization, your support helps the Charlottesville Tom Sox create unforgettable memories and develop baseball's future stars right here in Central Virginia. Visit tomsox.org/donate to see how your gift makes a difference. Don't miss a single moment of Tom Sox baseball. Check out tomsox.org/schedule to see when the team is back in action. Learn from the best this summer. Join Tom Sox players and coaches in our annual summer camps. It's a chance for kids ages 6 to 12 to learn.
Welcome back. Chris Fortunato is still on the mound. He has been tremendous. Landon, I mean, what more is there to really say about him?
Not a whole lot other than the fact that you hope that he can, at this point, see the game out. He's already gone through 4 complete. He's done it in 1-2-3 fashion the last couple of innings. So get a couple more of those, and you're out of here, and you're in pretty good shape with your staff.
It's Zach Dorlag to bat. The first pitch is away. Dorlag singled in the first inning and then was retired in the 3rd and the 5th. So he's 1 for 3 with a strikeout. Fortunato delivers and a called strike to make it 1-1.
Little update from Stanton against Culpepper. It's 11-5, and Stanton most recently scored after Ethan Barnes stole home.
Wow, there it is, the steal of home.
That's crazy. I mean, we talked about it earlier, right? We hadn't seen that happen, and now it's going into the bottom of the 9th, so Culpepper's going to have to make a miraculous comeback to get back into that one. But stealing home, that's impressive. I don't know.
Maybe it was the situation we saw yesterday.
Yeah.
That one's hit in the air to deep left field. Ream and Lansness go back to the track, and that ball is gone. Zach Dorlag with a screaming shot out of a cannon to make it an 8-4 game.
Well, that is the first blemish on Chris Fortunato's resume in this outing. The only run that he's given up was that moonshot to Dorlag, and now the feed comes back to it on this iPad in front of us. And yeah, Fortunato, he knew it. And as soon as it left his fingertips, really, he just hung the wrong pitch. And any guy that's in this league is going to take advantage of a pitch hung over the plate like that.
Randy Tomlin just picking up a foul ball on the right side of your screen. Nolan Bethel is warming up. We're going to let Fortunato at least face one more. It's Luis Acosta. That ball was absolutely destroyed, Landon, but I guess you can smile a little bit if you're Fortunato. There was nobody on base.
Yeah, it's just one run. It's still an 8-4 ball game, and now you really get to see what Fortunato's made of. He's had a pretty comfortable outing so far, not a whole lot of base runners either. Now you give up a home run. Covington has a bit of a spark.
Behind 0-2 in the count, it's popped up to the left side, and Campy, playing third for the first time this season, makes the sure-handed catch for out number 1.
So yeah, right there, that's a good response from Fortunato. You give up a home run, you settle back into the next at-bat and do some weak contact, and now it's just 1 out.
So now it's Luca Mendez, the first baseman, 1 for 3 today. He had that loud out in the 5th inning that was hit to Tommy Lansness in dead center. And the first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. Bethel is starting to really throw, and we'll see how many more batters Fortunato goes. The next batter is a lefty. Pardon me, it's a righty in Jacob Levesque. This is a lefty in Luca Mendez, so a same-side matchup. But if it gets to Levesque, opposite-handed matchup, we'll see if they keep Fortunato in. Here's the 1-1 from Fortunato with 1 out. A breaking ball misses. Landon, I know you're not a pitcher, but when a home run's hit that far, but it happens to be a solo shot, you look at the scoreboard, you look at yourself, is it better? Do you feel better about yourself than you would if it was a devastating, 3-run tying shot? So it's popped up to the left side. Campy's there in the outfield. Oh, and he lost the ball. That's going to drop for a base hit. We'll see if it's an error or a base hit. I'm not sure if he touches the ball. If he touches the ball, it'll be an error, and they are going to say he touched the ball, so that is, in fact, an error. That'll put a runner at first.
Well, to answer your question, Matt, I think the fact that it's only a solo shot, so the lead is still 4. 1 run can change that lead now. You can tie it up with a swing, but I don't think it throws you off too much as a pitcher relative to if you give a 3-run shot.
Called strike there. Well, I think where it becomes dangerous, to your point, is where 3-run game is where it gets really dangerous. And now you have that runner at first. This might be the last batter for Fortunato. We'll see. Ahead in the count is Fortunato 0-1.
You'd hope for a double play right now if you're the Sox.
Absolutely. Well, he misses away, and it's 1-1. We know what Fortunato's capable of, and speaking to that, you're going to try and attack in the dirt and hopefully get Jacob Levesque to roll over. Levesque lined out his first time up and then fouled it off to the right side in the 6th inning, which was caught by Craddock, so he's 0 for 2 with a walk. No ground balls today, though. He's had a great game behind the dish, really blocking a lot of balls. And that heat-seeking missile of a pitch is in there, and now it's 1-2.
Yeah, Chris has worked back in this at-bat pretty well. After the error and the home run, it's hard to kind of recuperate, but...
Oh, ball from the bullpen somehow got its way there. I'm not quite sure how. I don't really want to know how.
The world may never know. Good thing Caffarillo, using that loud vocal voice of his, told everybody, ball's on the field, guys, let me go get it.
The 1-2 with 1 out and a runner at first. Fortunato delivers. That one's high for ball 2. Randy pacing around. Randy Tomlin, that is. Pondering what to do pending the outcome of this at-bat. A fully loaded bullpen, and Bethel is warm. Fortunato has given the Tom Sox everything they've needed. We're going to reset the pitch clock, which you cannot see, and neither can we.
Nope.
It's there, you just have to guess. The 2-2 with a runner at first and 1 out. Hit to the left side. McCory to second for 1. The throw to first. In time, double play. Side retired. Tomlin doesn't have to make a decision. It's a 6-4-3 double play, and the Tom Sox are now 3 outs away, and they'll look to get some more insurance in the bottom of the 8th. We step aside on Tom Sox TV.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow at Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at TomSox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball, and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your 4-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
Welcome back, Matt Becker, Landon Weaver. The Tom Sox are up to bat, and a new pitcher on the mound. Landon, it's Daniel Perrick.
Yeah, so Mason Reed, his day is done. Perrick comes in out of Florida Memorial. 5'10", 180 is a right-handed pitcher. His 8th appearance this season for the Lumberjacks, a 4.82 ERA.
Luke Craddock to lead things off. We'll talk about Mason Reed very quickly because he was sensational. 3 1/3, no hits, no runs, no errors, no walks, 5 strikeouts. He faced 10 batters, and he threw 27 total pitches. That one is laced into center field for a base hit, and it's a leadoff single for Luke Craddock, his second hit of the game.
It's well done. Well done by Craddock to start things off. You didn't get a hit against the last pitcher. Way to pick it back up right there and get a hit against the new guy.
Here's Chase Jackson. He's 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and he walked, but he was caught stealing in the 5th inning. We'll see what Jackson has to offer here. The Sox are looking for an insurance run. Jackson squares to bunt, a called strike. The check back to Craddock is off the hands of the first baseman Mendez. We'll keep an eye on who's warming up. Last time we checked, it was still Bethel. And Landon, would you say you think that's it for Fortunato?
Potentially. I wonder what the conversation is between him and Tomlin right now, but more than likely yes, because he's gone through 5 complete.
A runner at first, an 0-1 count. That one's fouled back.
Update from Culpeper County High School. Final update. Stanton takes the win, 11-5. So now Stanton moves to 5 games above the Tom Sox. Culpeper drops to half a game below the Sox and just a game and a half in front of Harrisonburg. So everything's shaping up to be a tight finish to the finish line.
The 0-2. Chop to the left side. Castillo at short throws to second for 1. To first, not in time. The hustle from Jackson able to beat it out. So it'll be a fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Ben Cardone.
Jackson's speedy. He's hard to get off the base pass, and again, showing why he's got that speed. He's able to outrun the double play effort.
Cardone, who is 0 for 2 today with a fielder's choice and a strikeout, has been unbelievable behind the dish today, as he's been all season, but more today because of the stolen base threat that Covington holds. They lead the league in stolen bases with, coming into the day, what was 115, and he's thrown a couple runners out.
Yeah, that's a big portion of why the Sox are winning. They've kept Covington off of the base paths for the most part.
We'll check back on Jackson again.
And it's actually been the Sox who are out stealing the Lumberjacks. A couple of double steals worked to perfection. And McCory really running around those base paths today.
Daniel Perrick gets the sign. He fires. The 1-0 is popped up on the infield. Clark, the third baseman, and the catcher, Levesque, chasing for it, and it drops. Another life for Cardone as it lands foul.
And Cardone was not happy with himself after that pop fly. He slammed his bat down on the ground, but now he's got another chance to right his wrong.
They're not going to rule it an error. We have seen that sometimes where it can be an error on a foul ball that should have been caught. They're not going to rule it. That helps out Covington, who, well, they've 39 errors on the season. That's 11th out of 12. That one, broken bat. They throw back to first, not in time. So a line out for Cardone. As he was able to get another life, he hit it hard right at the shortstop Castillo, who made the play. So now that'll be Xavier McCory coming up to the plate with 2 strikeouts on the day.
Yeah, you've got your top of the order back up to bat. Maybe try and add some insurance onto this already hefty lead, 8-4, but you'd love to get it to 5 or 6 runs.
So we mentioned that there's only 1 error today for the Covington Lumberjacks. That puts them at 40 errors on the season as the runner goes, and that one's popped up to the left side. Clark has it, makes the catch for the 3rd out. Number 40 on the season, and now they're still second to last in errors. That's 11th out of 12. They have been sensational this year in limiting that type of damage. We head to the top of the ninth. It is nighttime, and the Tom Sox are 3 outs away from victory.
Stay connected with the Tom Sox. Follow @Seville Tom Sox on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and X for the latest team updates and primetime content. Explore our redesigned website at tomsox.org for everything Tom Sox baseball and sign up for our no-cost email newsletter. Subscribe to the official YouTube channel of your four-time Valley Baseball League champion, Charlottesville Tom Sox. Highlight videos, game recaps, full games, in-depth interviews, and so much more on the official digital home of the Charlottesville Tom Sox.
We welcome you back. The top of the ninth. The Tom Sox are 3 outs away, and it'll be Cole Draper pitching for the Charlottesville Tom Sox. But first, let's take a look at the work that Fortunato did as he is in line for the win.
5 full innings, 2 hits, a run that was earned, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Cool, calm, and collected pitching from Chris Fortunato.
Peter Crespo will lead things off as he's 0 for 3 tonight. The Sox are looking for a huge win to get them one step closer to a postseason berth that can come possibly sometime next week. Swing and a miss. I guess, well, today's a Monday, so
This week, really.
it's this week, but it's next week of games.
Next week of the season, this week of the calendar year. Yep.
The week of games starts Wednesday. That's been the baseline the entire way through. The 1-1, Draper. That one's fouled off to the left side by Crespo. It'll be Crespo, then Clark, then Castillo barring any changes.
And you really want to just go through it 1, 2, 3. Don't even give a chance of Darius Brown, Jan Oquendo, or Zach Dorlad coming out to bat.
The 1-2. Strike 3. Got him looking. Out number 1.
This is the confidence from the pitching staff that you want late in these games. We saw the Tom Sox struggle against Stanton and Winchester a week and a half ago. They look a lot better tonight. That's a great way to start it off with a looking strikeout. Take the confidence away from Covington.
Here's Frankie Clark, the third baseman. 1 for 3 tonight. First pitch, a called strike. After Clark, it'll be Castillo, and if Castillo gets on, it'll be Brown, the center fielder. This is the number 9 hitter in the order, and that one misses away to make it 1-1. Cole Draper looking to shut down the doors. We haven't seen him pitch too much in this late in the game. As a called strike there makes it 1-2, and we'll see what he's able to do tonight, and he can possibly enter that circle of trust as we inch closer to the postseason.
I think there's a lot of pitchers, Matt, that are in that circle of trust. And
swing and a miss. It's back-to-back strikeouts for Draper. And now Covington is down to its final out.
Draper definitely entering that conversation. We've seen Hedgepeth really come alive as of late. Obviously, you have Allwine, Cash. I'm missing some names for sure, but there's just a lot of guys that you can rely on late into a postseason run. Sabom's another guy.
Hedgepeth as well. Here's Darryl Castillo, the shortstop. He's the last line That one's chopped to the left side and foul. Covington down to its final out as they are trying to scrap their way higher in the standings to make the postseason. But it might be too little too late. They'll have a week left to do it after this game. The 0-1. Chopper to the right side could do it. Draper came off the mound. It's picked up by Craddock. He makes the tag, and that ends the game. Sox win. Sox win. The Tom Sox inch closer to the postseason as they are very close to getting a playoff berth. An amazing game from Chris Fortunato. He goes 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run with a strikeout, and the Tom Sox are back at 500.
Fantastic. What a way to come off a rather lackluster contest yesterday against Harrisonburg. A 4-1 week, Matt. Incredible.
We're going to get you the math on the magic numbers by next broadcast. But what we talked about so far is Harrisonburg plays Culpeper tomorrow. Let's say Harrisonburg were to lose that game. Because of the Tom Sox tiebreaker, any win in the next 4 games after that would give them a postseason berth.
Yeah, I mean, look, at this stage of the season, no matter what, the Tom Sox are pretty good. They're in a pretty good standing. All you can do is worry about yourself and just go out and win the ball game that's on that particular day.
An amazing game from Fortunato. He will get the win, and the Tom Sox are back at 500. 8-4 your final tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's game. Matt Becker and Landon Weaver, we had an amazing call and a lot of fun with you guys. It was a pleasure. For everybody in this booth, our beat writer, Brian Portney, Ben Rikosh, Luke Stefanisco, the SID, Landon Weaver, my color guy. I'm Matt Becker saying good night, Charlottesville. Tom Sox win 8-4 your final.